Loshak at? The bottle's getting nippy up the crack and we stacking chips, all of it's what I want. Plus money winners, that's what I'm on. You can say I'm gone. I prefer elevated pub sports radio. Time to get educated, get produced, leave the juice, letting loose with so much abuse that the bookies wanna call a truce. They getting slaughtered. Can't forget Jeff and low baggers in the chat. That's a lethal weapon 'cause we be pubbing.
Yo, welcome to Pub Sports Radio. My name is Loshak. This is the show we do every Tuesday. Today is January 10th, 2023. Shout out to everyone in the Pub Sports Radio family. Great start to the year. Shout out to Jimmy the Bag, everyone, wherever you are. We had the NFL contest. We talked about the college football championship game. Dennis Garcia nailed Georgia. I was on that one as well myself. Today we're going to cover NBA with Trotwam, NHL with Mr. Gokster. We'll touch on college basketball. I did make a few bets, as always. No guarantees that they will win or that they're positive EV, but 100% guarantee lock that I'm on them. And we can talk about some of the NFL opening lines if you want, for the upcoming playoff weekend. Just some interesting stuff. I haven't made any bets yet, but I'm looking at them. I'm thinking about it. And overall, I think it's going to be a nice day, a nice show. Everyone in the comment section, thank you so much for all the invaluable insights that you will undoubtedly help us out with when it comes to breaking down these games. NHL, I've made no bets except for one bet, which is huge. We'll see if Mr. Gokster agrees or disagrees with my bet. Only one bet in the NHL so far on the overnight lines for me. And once again, it was huge. NBA, taking it easy. Couple college basketball bets. And yeah, I think it's going to be a nice show. Let's look at the comment section for any intro comments. And then we'll jump right into it. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Sammy Comer. Shout out to Viper NB, who says, salute to the real ones. Hell yeah. Wherever you are, whoever you are, real ones, I salute you. Maybe in the next life, I'll be one. It's just so fun and interesting to see you go. All the real ones out there. Justin McIvy, shout out to you. Not Flush Allen. Not Flush Allen. Yeah, I'm God, not Flush. I have your notifications turned on Twitter so that anytime you make a tweet, whether you tag me or not, I'm supposed to see it. And that was working great for a long time. But now, for whatever reason, my friggin' notifications for those accounts aren't working. I have no idea what the hell is going on. I didn't have anything against Elon Musk until like 3 weeks ago. Is he the reason that my notifications aren't working anymore? I don't know. I don't know who else to blame, though. It's very frustrating. I mean, I can go to your account specifically and see if you've tweeted anything, which is no problem. I'll do that. But, I know you tend to post your team totals a few minutes before game time in NHL, but it's very frustrating. I used to just get the notifications, no problem. Now my notifications aren't working. I mean, when people tag me, it's working. But if I, turn notifications on for a certain, account, I would just have them all lined up at the top. Work great forever. Damn it. Very frustrating. Shout out to Chris Carter. Shout out to Dan Kelly. Hell yeah. Shout out to RVD420. Funny shit, serious business. Nasty Nate. Shout out Nasty. AOD says we love you, Loshak. I love you too, AOD. I love you too. Wish I could have. All right, I'll tell you right now in case you log off what my big bet was. I don't know. I took Calgary first period against St. Louis. I don't know if that's. I bet it big. I bet it huge. It seems like an obvious play to me. I also took the full game as well, -1, but much bigger. I took the first period. St. Louis is, coming back from a trip, and Calgary should be good and pissed. We'll see if Gogi agrees with that or not. But there you go, AOD. Other than that, and yeah, in retrospect, we talked about it in the live stream. Georgia, I'll hit you up with it again. A lot of times when you have these teams like TCU, just a team of destiny, overachieving, covering game in and game out, backdoor covers everything. It's just like, what's up with this team? Team of destiny. They're awesome. Bet on them all the way up to the final game, all the way up to the Final Four, all the way up to the championship game. Bet. Then in the actual championship game or in the actual Final Four, that's when you want to bet against them, and that's where they tend to get blown out. That'll probably happen again this year, hopefully. I love it when that happens. You know, there'll be some team of destiny that's just covering and winning game in, game out, game in, game out. And then when they finally get to the Final Four and they're a big dog to some elite team, then you fade them. And we saw that with TCU against Georgia. And I guarantee you that will happen in subsequent years in college sports, basketball, and football for sure. There you go. Shout out to Paco Healy. Paco, for next year's contest, let's see if we can come up with some capping enhancement drugs and see if the two of us, it'll just be a two-man race, you and me, on capper enhancing drugs, and everyone else will be fighting it out for third place in the contest next year. Let's do that. Let's look into this Paco Healy. Hell yeah. Shout out to Nutflush Allen. Shout out to Rocco Rogers. And let's see what do we got? Yeah, Nutflush Allen. Yeah, Nutflush. If I get tagged, I see my mentions, but I don't see my notifications. It's very disconcerting and frustrating. Although it makes me more, hands-on. I have to actually go to the accounts that I follow, so that puts me in a more focused mindset, I guess. But yeah, it's just not working for me, the notifications. All right, let's see. Here you go. Yes, hell yeah. Paco Healy. Let's see if we can find some capper enhancing drugs and use them. Hell yeah, who cares? All right, let's get into it. That's it. Shout out to everyone in the comment section. Let's see what we can do with this NHL and NBA card. Let's welcome to the show our resident live on camera NHL handicapper, doing it live on camera every Tuesday with me. I love seeing his face. I even love hearing his voice. His very unique voice, Mr. Gokster. Hell yeah. Love the voice. Love the eyebrows. You're a triple threat, Gogi. You got the face, the voice, and the eyebrows.
The Eugene Levy eyebrows. They're never going to leave me.
Hell yeah.
Called that for a long time. But congratulations to you, Pete. I want to give you a little clap here for first place in the Cappers contest. This guy right here, guys, if you didn't know, took down first place 18 weeks. What was your record, Pete? What was your final record? Do you know?
Low 60%. I think I had, I don't remember. It was low 60%. I don't know. Maybe next year I'll try to, I don't know. Maybe I'll approach some big money guys and be like, hey, why don't you stake me to some, and then I'll go into the Circle Millions contest, and who knows what next year will bring. But yeah, thanks a lot. It was a fun. You guys inspired me. Drug Monkey RX.
You inspire us.
Oh yeah,
we inspire us.
Hell yeah. We inspire you. You inspire us. That's how the universe works. Then all of a sudden we're having a great time. How did that happen? Just mutual inspiration. Hell yeah. All right, Gogi. I already revealed the one big bet that I made on the card tonight. We'll get to that game when it comes up. But you want to get into all these games, Gogi?
Yeah, let's rock and roll quickly. I was 4-2 last week on the show. I'm starting to track my picks here, guys. So 4-2 last week, 2.33 units. See if we can keep her going.
Yeah, I think I had a shitty show last week. I remember last week I had
that's my fault.
I had a whole bunch of first period and full game unders, and 4 of them lost and 3 of them won. So I don't remember what it was. Ottawa was the no-brainer play last week, and that one won. I think I went 3 and 4 last week with a bunch of favorite losers, but that's all right.
Arizona 2.5, though. I talked you off that. It was 5-3. I remember that. I feel
I did bet that. I did. I had a bet on it. I just didn't give it as an official play. And I was thinking about hedging out and taking Florida money line. I would have doubled it, but whatever. It's fine. Let's get into today's card. Here we go. Another one. Start off with the huge favorite, right? Columbus and Tampa Bay. Once again, Gogi, I think I'm a little bit confused by the entire card, except for that one game, that one bet that I made. Yeah. Columbus, basically awful, but their last 2 games not so bad, right? They lost 1-0 at Washington as a huge dog, and they beat Carolina outright 4-3 as a huge dog. Now Carolina's been struggling, but still, that's a nice win. And here they are again, 3rd game in a row, massive underdog, plus 300, more than that. And Tampa Bay, I don't know, 2 straight road losses. Now they're back home. Do they need a win here? One would think. Yes. Tampa Bay has played Columbus this season a bunch of times already and dominated them both times, right? In general, Tampa Bay dominates Columbus, especially at home. Won 5 in a row at home against Columbus. I don't know. I didn't bet this one. There's no way I'm pulling the trigger on Tampa Bay yet, or Columbus yet, before I hear what you guys all have to say about it. Another massive favorite game in the NHL. What do you think, Gogi?
All right, Cappers, let's get her going here. Let's get the chat fired up. Corpusalo and Tampa Bay. I was going to say the only time this team has had their number, Pete, I think was 2019 in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. They swept them 4-0 as an 8 seed. Tampa Bay was the 1 seed. So I always think Tampa Bay remembers that, guys. Coming off 2 losses, Vasilevsky's had one game before having rest before that. That 1 game loss was against Winnipeg. Much easier opponent here. This is a 15-4 hockey team at home, Pete. Listen to this. Columbus is 2-13-1 on the road. This team's only won twice on the road all year. And you're telling me they're going to beat a team that's 15-4 coming off 2 losses? I don't think so. Now, there is some issues with Bogosian and Hedman. If anyone in the chat there has any updates, Hedman especially, Pete, you know him. He's one of their star defensemen. And then Bogosian also. Columbus, they've had a lot of injuries, but nothing really new. Just Eric Robinson and Tarasov. Korpisalo too, Pete. He is 1-2-1, but with a .936 save percentage. He has a really good save percentage, surprisingly. Just with the same numbers as Vasilevsky. He's got a .923. Both goalies, 2.4 goals against. Where I'm going to go in this game, actually, is I'm going to take a no goal early, Pete. No goal in the first 9 minutes, guys. Shop around for that no goal in the first 9. It's going to be plus 105. I just don't see this game being as explosive to start off, Pete. Columbus with Korpisalo, he has looked actually half decent. I don't think he's going to be able to be solid full 60 minutes, but he is coming off rest. This team's playing a little bit better of late. 4-3 win also against Carolina with Korpisalo in net. 4-3 win against Chicago. So they do play better, at least defensively, I would say. But still, this isn't a great hockey team. Tampa Bay should get it done, Pete. I'm going to have it in a money line parlay coming up with another game here. Tampa Bay on the money line, guys. And I'm taking no goal in the first 9, Pete.
All right. Well, Mr. Goatster, we look at the money, which is very fun at this site that we look at. And a lot of times there's not much value today. There's 2 games with full line value and 2 more games with half line value. So I'm going to ask you about each one. First-time viewers should know that Gogi is notoriously awful at figuring out which team has. No, I'm just kidding. We were just joking.
It drives me nuts, but I am awful. Right before the show, Pete, I was hoping you weren't going to bring this up, but I go, who am I kidding? He's going to bring it up. It's part of the show. You did get one right recently, so you've turned it around a little bit. And as we know, we see this in the NHL all the time. So a team's awesome for 15 games in a row, and then they suck, and then they're awesome again. It's a sport of streaks, and maybe you're the same way when it comes to and this is just what this site says has line value at the time that we do the show. So it's interesting to hear what you have to say if you can figure it out. And we like to look at it and think about it. This game is one of them. Half line value on one of these sides. Which do you think it is, Gogi? Half line value on, this is ridiculous. Tampa Bay?
Man, you really are bad at this. No offense, Gogi. No, this one was Columbus, and I thought this would be like a no-brainer. Anytime you have a site that says, there's a little bit of line or a decent amount of line value in a game with this kind of line, it's almost, not always, but almost always going to be the big dog, right? It's on Columbus according to this site.
Did I not win?
No, you own one so far, but maybe you'll get the next 3 in a row right. Very possible. Yeah, according to the site we look at, half line value with Columbus, but again, that probably means that they got some sharp action. It says that believes that Columbus should be a plus 280 dog instead of
better at giving winners, Pete. I'm better at giving winners.
yeah. I mean, this could all change, but as of right now, 15% of the tickets and 40% of the cash on Columbus. Yeah. Half line value on Columbus, which I guess makes sense. I mean, they have played competitively for 2 games in a row now as this degree of an underdog, right? 2 in a row.
Yeah, and now one thing we got to bring up here, someone in the chat, Andrew G, shout out to Andrew G, a longtime supporter here, brought up that Merzlikins is going to be in net. That is confirmed. So he's played Washington January 8th. They lost 1-0. Still a good performance, 19 of 18 pucks. But he hasn't won a road game, Pete. Lost 4-0 to Florida. They lost 4-1 to Pittsburgh, 6-3. He's a very poor road goalie, to say the least, Merzlikins, and that's dating back years, in my opinion. So, Korpisalo, his numbers, Pete, he's 1-2-1, but with a .936 save percentage this year, and he has won 2 of his last 3 games. So I was feeling better with Korpisalo going, to be honest. Merzlikins does have a little bit of rest. He's played 2 games since December 15th. So I think Tampa Bay is going to get this one done, guys. I'd even maybe take it on the puck line. I don't Vasilevsky, a bounce back game is very much in the question here after a 4-2 loss to Winnipeg. So that's what I got to say here.
Yeah. Marcus Anderson says, greetings from Latvia, guys. Man, I would love to friggin' visit Latvia and do a couple of Pub Sports radio shows live from Latvia and hang out in some Latvia clubs and bars, go on Bumble in Latvia. That would be fun. Hell yeah. All right, look, if you gave me a free bet, I'd throw it on Columbus just because it's such a massive. I didn't even check where it is now. Let's see where this line has moved. Let me just check Heritage. When I looked at it on the overnight line, Tampa Bay was what the hell were they here? We're just God, there's so many.
I can't take Columbus right now. I know they've won, but this is a spot Tampa Bay should just feast on this team.
Yeah, let me see. They were minus 425 on the overnight line when I looked at it. Now they're minus 431, so the line's gone up even a little bit. And then, God, yeah, all right. I'm gonna pass on this one as far as a pick is concerned.
And Hedman's in too, Pete. Slatsy, thank you, Slatsy. Hedman's back. Vasilevsky expected. I wouldn't think twice here. I got this in a money line parlay coming up with another piece here, guys.
And Dan Kelly endorsing a visit to Latvia says beautiful women in Latvia. Wow. Let's go to Latvia someday. Man, we're gonna make this happen, baby. We're gonna take this show on the road. We're gonna go to some fun places with this Pub Sports Radio crew. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it done. All right, I guess I'm gonna pass. Let's move on. Minnesota Rangers. I'll tell you right now, my note on this one is no clue here, really. Minnesota, obviously, 2 straight losses, got shut out at home in their last game as a big favorite. Before that, they had been mostly winning. But the Rangers also kind of in the same spot, right? Lost their last game, but before that, mostly winning, 11-3 I'm seeing here. Last 14 before that last loss. So both of these teams off a loss, but in general seem pretty good, at least on paper. And I'm thinking that Zuccarello might come back from Minnesota here. I've been reading that. That would be a nice little addition, I think. Rangers a small favorite. I have nothing on this one. It's hard to. Looks like the lines are pretty much dead on. Is there any way to play this one, Gogi?
Well, that's the question, Pete. You just brought up was Zuccarello and Greenway. Both of them day to day right now, and even Fleury day to day. But they expect Fleury to be back in here. Fleury's coming off of what do I have him here? He is coming off rest. So this game here is actually going to be my addition. And Pete, you make a good point with Zuccarello and Greenway. I did not read that same report that you did there. So I'd love to hear more about it. But if they're not going to have Zuccarello and Greenway and even Fleury, if he's a little banged up, he has looked really good, though, in the games before that. He did lose 6-5, 5-1 win against Tampa Bay, 5-2 win against St. Louis, 4-1 loss. So up and down. I think the Rangers, Pete, they're completely healthy. Just their backup goalie, Halak, is day to day. Both teams have been playing very well. Give me the power play advantage to the Rangers here. And also, if you're looking at Shesterkin, he's coming off a 4-3 loss against the Devils. Better goalie than that. I always like good goalies in bounce back spots. Now Fleury, he is coming off rest. That's what I've been going over that with you guys. But again, Pete, there's question marks with Greenway, Zuccarello, Fleury. That's enough to cause a pause for jumping on Minnesota. I'm actually going to take the Rangers. I do think they're going to bounce back here, guys. What else do I have here? Minnesota is 10-6 on the road, but it's just the injuries, Pete. With no Zuccarello and Greenway, I can't. The line is lower than I expected. That's why I'm taking with Tampa Bay and the Rangers, guys, in a money line parlay here. It's going to be plus 113. Rangers won this, beat this team 7-3 back on October 13th too. So I do like that. Completely healthy team. Yeah, I'm not going to think twice about it. I like this team at home too, the Rangers. Give me them, Pete, in a money line parlay plus 113.
All right. Well, there is extremely tiny sliver of line value on the Rangers, according to the site we look at as of right now. Curiously, everything's coming in on the under, though. 40% of the tickets and almost 100% of the cash on the under. What do you think about maybe a play on the under in this one?
Yeah. The question would be with Minnesota and Fleury, though. He did let 5 against Buffalo. Lost that one, I believe, in overtime. Crazy overtime game. He's 7-4-2 on the road. I don't mind that, Pete. Just looking at my numbers here, guys, their penalty kill Minnesota is 75% last 10 games, 81% on the year. Both of them are pretty much a wash there, in my opinion, on the penalty kills. It's a tough game. I see where the line is tight, but I think just the lineups here. I just want to bring up the lineups here really quick here for you guys. Minnesota's lineup. Still, they got Sam Steele on the first line now with Boldy and Kaprizov. Fourth line's not much. Foligno's on with Foligno with Reeves and Eriksson Ek. Not a bad line, real tough. This is not a lot of offense. When you take out Zuccarello, Pete, and you take out Greenway, they're still a good hockey team, but I would lean to the under here. I do think there's going to be a bounce back with Shesterkin too, guys. So give me the Rangers. I just think they're the better hockey team right now.
All right, some interesting stuff being posted about same-game parlays here from Rocco Rogers and Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly killing some kind of same-game parlay in the NBA. I tend not to look at those, although I know a lot of people do well with them, and there's definitely angles.
I love those same-game parlays, Pete. I'm looking at this. Maybe I got to expand a little bit. What I do, I'm going to copy and paste some of this stuff just for my own edification. What Rocco Rogers and Dan Kelly are posting here. All right, let me see. It's like you always used to say, Pete. You correlate a lot of stuff. You just correlate.
No, I know. But then you have to examine the. Yeah. All right. So here we go. We got some great stuff here on same game parlays. Some great stuff here on Latvia. I'm copying, pasting all of this. Shout out to Bob Lee Swaga. All right, I'm gonna let's see what the comment section. Marcus Anderson says I can see Wild winning without Zuccarello. Wild hot streak is over, so that's why Rangers money line. Oh, I can't see Wild. Yeah, so tiny line value on the Rangers according to the site that we look at. And
at that line, I would take the Rangers. I think it should be a little bit higher, in my opinion. That line might tell me then, Pete, that maybe Zuccarello is coming back then. But again, I haven't seen anything. No beat. The only thing the Wild beat writer said is they just bumped their head off their bald spot off the roof of the Madison Square Garden there. So it's low ceilings at that arena. But I'm going to add the Rangers in here, Pete. I do think they're going to get it done, especially bounce back against the New Jersey.
All right, yeah. I'm just looking, watching, and waiting. Took it a little bit easy with my overnight bets here, but I might have a bunch of bets by the time that NBA and NHL start up. All right, let's move on. New Jersey and Carolina. This is another interesting one. Another one where just my first glance at this one, no real clue at all. Carolina 3 straight losses now after a long run of winning. And, of course, that happened to New Jersey earlier in the season. Now they're kind of 50-50-ish lately. They're off a win. And, this is a game where people who follow NHL day in and day out will probably be able to identify a solid edge here. The question is, what is up with both these teams right now? Is New Jersey anywhere close to the team that they were when they were winning game in and game out? And in Carolina, is Carolina anywhere close to the team they were when they were winning game in and game out? What do you think, Gogi?
This is one I don't have anything on my card. Out of all 10 games, this is probably the toughest cap, I think, tonight. Vanacek and Kochetkov. He's coming off rest, Kochetkov. But then you're looking at Vanacek. He is playing much better, though, Pete. He's won his last 3 games, and he's coming off a loss. Not coming off, but had a loss against this team back on December 20th, 4-1 at Carolina, and he's got the same situation here, and he's playing really well. One thing, though, Miles Wood was hurt in practice, so he's day-to-day. I don't think he's going to be going tonight. But Vanacek, Pete, he's 8-1-1 on the road. He's good. This team seems to win a lot. This is actually a really good road team, surprisingly. Listen to this, guys. New Jersey, Pete, 14-2. 14-2-1 on the road. I did not realize how good the Devils were on the road. And then you're looking at Carolina, they're 12-4-1. Power plays and penalty kill is pretty much a wash here. Nosen is day-to-day right winger for Carolina. So this should be, I could see a lower scoring game here, to be honest, Pete. Maybe a tighter hockey game, but my stats don't jump out here, and I haven't caught as many Carolina games. I caught the Devils playing the Rangers the last game, and they looked really good. They fought back and they won that game. So, you know what? I kind of lean to the Devils here, to be honest, but it's not going to make my card.
Okay.
They're playing better, and revenge factor from December 20th when they lost 4-1.
We got some interesting comments and some interesting money for this game, though. But Dan Kelly saying the correlation could be massive to the point where I'm constantly surprised the books will even allow it. He's talking about the same game parlays. Dan Kelly, I don't know if you remember this. You remember a long time ago, books would literally let you parlay first set in tennis with full game, with the full match in tennis. Of course, they'd also let you parlay run lines and totals in baseball. And I never took advantage of that correlation in those books because I was like, I'm not going to get paid. I'm going to get in trouble. But I know people who did, and they did get partially paid, and I should have done it. Yeah, hell yeah. Correlation, it seems too easy, and I'm like, I can't do it. There's something fishy here. But people do it. They used to allow you. I'm talking about early on, and I know someone. Shout out, I won't mention his name, but they would let you parlay the first set with the match winner in tennis.
Good old days.
Oh, and Dan Kelly says, "Oh yeah, how about if bets, Pete? They were the best and are now long gone." Dan Kelly, that I did take advantage of. Figured it out myself. And my man at Heritage came up to me and was like, you can't, we're not going to let you do that. I was like, why? You allow it. He was like, we're not going to write the software to make it illegal, but you can't do it. Yes, if bets at Heritage. I pounded if bets until my friend was like, good job. You got the money. Don't do it anymore. And I was like, all right. Yes, that I did do, Dan Kelly. Friggin' if bets. Absolutely. I did that. What a great use that was.
Slatsy's bringing up a good point. He's saying Devils are 0-4 in the last 4 meetings in Carolina and 0-5 in the last 5. Unders 11-4-2. Those are really good points there from Slatsy. I could see an under here. Devils, they really they played really well, Pete. They were down early in that Ranger game, but came back. This is a tough hockey team, but they're 14-2. The Devils are a damn good road team. So nothing on this game, guys. I have a slight lean to the Devils, to be honest, but Kochetkov, both these goalies, are playing pretty well right now. So
all right. Dan Kelly saying back in the 80s I made a fortune. I'm talking about 2013 at Heritage or 2012 or one of those years. Yeah.
And one more thing, Marcus there, Anderson's asking about Pacioretty. Yeah, Pacioretty's actually made a difference in my opinion. I watched a game a couple games ago with Carolina, and he's looking healthy. He's looking like if they're going to make a playoff push, they're going to want him in the lineup. Let's see, 2 goals in 2 games. So he has made a difference in his first couple games in the lineup.
Yeah. So I am listening to you, Gogi, but I'm just in the 80s, freaking you can get Wong teasers at plus 100. The 80s. Oh my God. I was only like 10 years old in the freaking 80s. Like, damn it. I wish I had been 19, but maybe I would have been as dumb as everyone else in the 80s, probably. There was no internet back then. All right. So this game, Mr. Gokster, ready? Part 2 of this game analysis is actually one of the games with full line value on a side, believe it or not. Devils and Carolina, one of these sides has full line value. Interesting. Which do you think it is, Gogi?
Gut feel is going to say Carolina.
What's your gut feel on whether you're right or wrong?
Wrong.
Yes, your gut feel on whether you're right or wrong is correct. The actual side with line value, according to the side we look at, is the Devils. Full line value here.
Well, that's what I think's going to win, but I don't know.
30% of the tickets on the Devils, 65% of the cash on the Devils. Of course, that doesn't always translate to full line value at this site, but in this case, it does. Full line value on the Devils. That might be terrible, Gogi, because when I see something like that, with a game like this, where I'm scratching my head, other experts I know scratching their heads, but I see that kind of information, that means something to me, Gogi.
And that's what I said. If anything, I'd be on the Devils. I have a lean to the Devils. That's what I was saying before we did this freaking game that I keep losing it. They've won their last 3 with Vanacek. Kochetkov lost 5-3 against Nashville, lost 5-3 against the Rangers. And you got a team in the Devils that came back against the Rangers, which is a good hockey team, not just their last game out. Vanacek won 5-1 at Detroit. They won 4-2 at Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. And there's also they lost to this Carolina team, guys, at Carolina 2-3 weeks ago, 4-1. So there's revenge factor. They're playing better hockey. Everything is pointing, 100% slots. Everything's pointing towards the Devils, in my opinion, too. I'm just, you know what? Maybe I do play the Devils, but I'm not going to, Pete. I have a strong lean though towards them now.
You know, it would be a great movie, Ghoster. You know how people have like time travel movies, like that's a genre of movie. Imagine like a sports betting time travel movie where a bunch of degens get to time travel back to the 80s and pound the hell out of Wong teasers and if bets, and Air Force getting 24 points as a huge underdog when the fair line should be 3.5.
I shouldn't be in it. Other people in our chat should be in the show, but I would definitely buy that and I would support that show 100%.
That'd be an awesome movie, man. You, me, Dabby Cab, Paco Healy, Dan Kelly, Chris Comatini. We all get time travel back to the 80s and just chill, pounding the hell out of Wong teasers at plus 100 and if bets and Air Force plus 30.5 against Nebraska. Hell yeah. That would be fun as hell. All right. I think I'm gonna tail this report here that we're seeing on Sharp Action on the Devils and make it an official pick. Right now, it's the line moved about 10 cents from the overnight in the Devils' favor. It's like plus 122 at Heritage right now. Maybe even the Devils -1 is the way to go. I don't know, but let's see what it is at Pinnacle. Yeah, wow, plus 129. I'm going to bet that, and I'm going to make it an official pick. I'm going to take New Jersey plus 129 as an official pick. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you know what? I think the under can be very live too here, Pete. I really do, because Carolina, those 2 losses from Kochetkov, I think he's going to put a better foot forward here. And you got a Devils team that both of these teams are really good defensively. Actually, power plays are not penalty kills. Sorry, are decent. And that stat from Slatsy, 11-4. And the line's over 6. I'm seeing -115 to the over. So you can probably get maybe even a 6.5 at like -135, 140. I would lean to the under here too. I don't see this game being too high scoring.
I agree with you, and I'm looking at some action. Another side I look at, and it looks like the under is, at least as of right now, maybe the way to go. I'm gonna trust you and Slatsy and the and some of the sites I'm looking at, and at Pinnacle right now, -121 on the 6.5. I'm going to make that. Yeah, I'm going to make that an official play as well. Under 6.5 -121, and that would probably mean that the Carolina team total under is worth a shot as well, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that as well. One thing RVD is bringing up is the same game parlay here. What I would even do is take like a +1.5 on the Devils, and then say take it to under 6.5 or under 7.5, and then you got that same -153, but that's part of a little parlay. But again, it makes the bets look so much more appealing. And as Dan was saying, the correlation's crazy. I don't know how the books are allowing it, because they didn't used to. Ever since this legal gambling in Ontario, these sports books from America have all came up here, and they're letting you parlay anything, and it's just the fucking tits. So
yeah.
Hell
yeah. Dabby Cap says Pete has that champion glow to him. Yeah, I think it's I'll admit I have the glow of 2 bets that I think have a little bit of EV here, positive EV. Devils as a dog, and the under 6.5 at -121. And what would you think about the first period under?
Pete, you're the luckiest son of a bitch ever, Pete. You're so fucking lucky, Pete. Yeah, my goodness. I fucking fat thumbed the contest, only submit 4 picks.
I saw that.
And the fucking what's it called? The Bucks fold up like pancakes and give you the win. And the fucking New Orleans, Sam Darnold has 40 fucking passing yards they can't cover. Pete, you lucky son of a bitch. You the luckiest son of a bitch in the world.
So you're saying that I'm lucky that I only beat you by 2 points instead of 1?
Pete, you're so lucky, Pete. I'm coming for you next year. These hands, Pete, I'm coming.
Yeah, no, let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, luck is part of life, as we know. Luck is, sometimes that's my favorite line from Let It Ride. Sometimes you might be lucky and not even know it. You might be walking around. I can't remember the line. You might be walking around lucky and not even know it. Let It Ride. Everyone should watch that movie. It's funny as hell.
Let It Ride.
He goes,
yeah, no, absolutely. And also talking about the contest, Houston beating Indianapolis. Pete gave me a 5th place in the contest. My condolences to Trance, because he had Indianapolis, and that should have damn well been the side. But it was a crazy week 18, and that Cappers contest was fun stuff. We got to do it again next year.
Yeah. For sure. Absolutely. All right, let's try to keep a brisk pace here as well, because, luck and brisk paces go hand in hand, I have found, when it comes to all right, so I would love to triple up on this one. You think the first period under is probably pushing it a little bit?
Yeah. I don't see this game being – no, I don't see like a 2-1, but I don't know. I don't like – I'm not a big on triple ups. Kind of like puck lines. I don't seem to do well, and I do triple up speed. But yeah, I would lean to a first period under here too.
All right. Well, I will triple up, but not on the on the first period. I'll just add on the Carolina team total under, which is 3.5 -123. That's not too bad, is it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I mean, Carolina will probably be held down. The Devils can hold them down, right?
Defensively, yeah, I don't mind them at all. And looking at his numbers here, 8-1-1. He's allowed 3 against the Rangers, 1 against Detroit, 2 against Pittsburgh. He's playing good hockey right now, and he lost 4-1 against Carolina last time out, Pete. I expect him he's going to remember this. He's going to put a good foot forward, in my opinion. Carolina is not playing their best hockey, but they're still a good hockey team. I expect this to be a tighter game.
But I mean, just the way NHL goes, when two teams are like pretty good, but off a couple of losses, and they want to play better, they tend to tighten up in the middle of the season, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna quadruple up. I'm gonna take the first period under 1.5 plus 122 as well. What do you think about that, Gogi?
Plus, I like the plus monies.
First period under plus 122, 1.5 plus 122. That's the current line at Pinnacle. All right, let's move on. Seattle Buffalo, Gogi. I actually this game I only half looked at, so you're gonna have to take all of it here. Seattle Buffalo. Seattle absolutely rolling though, right? They're on a back-to-back. So that's why I didn't look at it, because I wanted to see what the what happened in the game last night. They blew out Montreal 4-0. They've now won 4 in a row on their current trip, 5 in a row overall. They haven't really been close. They're absolutely rolling. And is Seattle just a team that you want to bet on game in and game out, or not?
Well, they're a hot and cold hockey team. I remember earlier on in the season they were at home. They just weren't scoring. So this is a team actually on the road, Pete. This is a much better hockey team, in my opinion, than they are at home. But you got the goaltending situation. Both teams are on a back-to-back. Buffalo got their asses kicked last night. Philadelphia, too. That was ugly. So you got Comrie and Grubauer. Comrie hasn't played, Pete, since November 16th. He lost 4-1. Before that, November 10th, lost 7-4. November 8th, lost 4-1. So this is, I wouldn't say desperate situation, but it's a tough spot for Comrie here. And Buffalo, though, is definitely going to come in here with they're going to put a better foot forward. That was an ugly game against Philadelphia. I was actually on them low key. So I'm expecting some goals here. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Both penalty kills are subpar right now, Pete. 16% or 66% last 10 games for Seattle, 66% for Buffalo at home. It's below par. Shout out to Real Deal for becoming a member. He's on the Sabres here. I have a lean toward the Sabres, Pete. This line is damn split right down the middle. But I think we're going to see some goals here with this goaltending. Grubauer, too, hasn't played since December 30th, lost 7-2, and then lost 3-2 against Calgary earlier on before that. So give me both teams to score here, Pete. I'm going to take both teams to score plus 150 in the first period. I'm not going to take the full game. It's 6.5 minus 110. It's a back-to-back for both teams, and I'm worried that this could be a letdown for Seattle right here, Pete. I really think this could be a letdown. I know they've looked really good, guys, but you're getting Grubauer and it's just the goaltending, because I don't know what I'm going to get from Comrie too. I don't expect a lot, so I wouldn't be on any unders. Not going to play the full game over, but plus 150. I love the plus money. Going to take both teams to score in the first period here.
Yeah, I mean, what's up? I mean, Buffalo, like you said, got shut out last night, but before that, they were winning game in and game out longer than Seattle. So, I mean, Buffalo is at least as good as Seattle, if not better, right now. How would you rate these two teams? Just head to head.
A lot of offense, hot. Like this could be a high scoring game. You know what? The full game over could be.
But Buffalo is like as good as Seattle. There's no reason to think that.
Both
right
teams,
or no?
Like this is a good situation. I like for Buffalo because they're coming off a loss. They're going to be at home, and they have a goalie in Comrie where they know they're going to have to score. You know, you don't have your number one goalie in net here. And then Seattle, on the other hand, they've been scoring a lot. It's the only thing I just worry about, because this is like the last game of their road trip, or at least it's got to be coming near the end of it. And I just know, and it's not like it's been going bad. If this was a bad road trip for Seattle, then yeah, they're going to come out stronger. Finish strong at least in this last game of the road trip. But they've won 4. It's not like, all right, guys, we've hit our expectations here, but Buffalo definitely wants this game, in my opinion. Not wants it, but pissed that 4-0 loss.
Right.
We're going to come.
All right, well,
strong.
Mr. Gokster, I believe you're 0 for 2 today so far, guessing where the line value is. This is the other game that has full line value on a side, Seattle or Buffalo. Which do you think it is?
Well, let's see if I can get a hat trick. I hope I get this wrong. Buffalo.
You nailed it, Mr. Gokster. Yes, you're now 1 and 2 on the day, guessing where the line value is. Yeah, Buffalo, full line value according to the site that we look at as of right now. Not a huge shock there, and all of the tickets are on the over so far. So maybe a Buffalo and the Buffalo team total over maybe might be worth a play. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, but it happens to all teams here. They'll just lay a stinker, and that's exactly what Buffalo did against Philadelphia. It's kind of like Philly's coming in here. I think it was a bad spot. Andrew G saying they just played 24 hours before that, so they definitely took that one. They took it too easy, and they got their asses kicked. So they know how good Seattle's been playing. You know what? I'd lean to a first period Buffalo too. To be honest. But the first period, both teams to score, I like that bet because Seattle can score. And Comrie, I don't know what you're going to get. It's his first game in nearly 2 months here. So both teams to score plus 150.
All right. Well, I'll take Buffalo here. I'm going to take Buffalo -1 plus 154. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Buffalo -1 plus 154. And I agree that probably Buffalo first period as well is solid too, right? Any reason not to like that? Is Seattle some kind of like
it's just Comrie. Like Seattle could be up 1-0 in the first 5-10 minutes of this hockey game, but I would expect Buffalo to come back, and then vice versa. I could see Buffalo being up defensively. They're probably going to be a lot more accountable here. They're going to play tough, but it's just with these goaltenders, Pete, and how well Seattle's been playing. Right. Anyone gets on a power play as 60 minutes goes on, I do think there's going to be more goals. So,
what about Buffalo team total?
Team total 3.5.
Yeah, plus money.
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah.
It's Grubauer, right?
It's Grubauer. This team has a subpar penalty kill as it is. It's the last game of their road trip. The situation in Buffalo, as you guys saw, they can score. They just had one game off. They don't have anyone injured too. That's major. You got to worry about. Yeah.
Has their offensive prowess at home over the past month or so or 2 months been fluky, or is this a solid offensive team?
Oh, it's a good hockey team. It's a deep hockey team, and they're young, so they're only going to get better. All
right.
Yeah.
I'll add that one on. I'll also add on the Buffalo team total over 3.5 at plus 111. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Okay.
Yeah. No, I like it. I'm just reading the chat.
All right, let's move on. Vancouver and Pittsburgh. This is an interesting one, right? Vancouver, just a wacky team, right? Sometimes they start to win, then they start to shit the bed, maybe unexpectedly, giving up 7 goals in their last game. Not unexpected at all from this team. Will they bounce back? Not sure. Pittsburgh, though, losing, finally got a win last game at Arizona. Before the losses, though, Pittsburgh had been awesome for a while. So another one of these NHL teams that had a run of winning game in and game out, turned the corner in a bad way and lost a bunch of games in a row, then got a win against a terrible opponent. And what to make of them now as a huge favorite against Vancouver? I gotta think that Vancouver would be the side here, or at least first period. What do you think?
How big? The line's not that big, is it, for Pittsburgh?
On the overnight line, it was -193 for Pittsburgh. Let's see where it is now. It's down a little bit, -183. I'm seeing Heritage right now.
Yeah. In this game here, Pete, the question for me is Yari, because Yari, he didn't play. Well, yeah, he didn't play last game. He's coming off rest, but he got hurt against Boston in that outdoor game. So, and it would look like a back or leg. It didn't look like not a good sign for a goalie. So him coming back, I got a little bit of question marks here. But looking at Spencer Martin, guys, he's had 1 game off. 7-4 loss. Or sorry, yeah, he's played 1 game. That was a 7-4 loss against Winnipeg. Before that, 6-2 loss against the Islanders, 3-2 loss against Calgary. Spencer Martin, he's in a tough situation until Demko comes back. So what I'm going to take here is actually another both teams to score in the first period. With Yari coming back, I could see Vancouver scoring early. They're a team they tend to play well early on the road, I find. Let's just bring up Vancouver real quick here. Yeah, they had a lot of games at home, Pete, haven't performed too well. They can score, though. That's the thing that they have for them is Vancouver can score. They really can't stop the puck on the other end. Pittsburgh, they got Yari and then Pooling, so they're fairly healthy. So is Vancouver. I'm not going to think twice here. Only thing going for Pittsburgh is they do have a really strong penalty kill, but with Yari, I expect him to let one in the first period here. And I think Pittsburgh can score on Martin. I would expect Pittsburgh to win this game, guys. Both teams to score. Pete is going to be at plus 145.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just seeing some comments now about the game before. They're pretty important, so let's just quickly address it. Chris Comatini says, remember what Jimmy said about the Sabres, that they are drained. He says, give me the Kraken. Sabres coach said they were drained. Does that mean drained like in a serious way or drained just for that one game?
Drain would make it sound like they need some rest.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bring up just real quickly here. Their
Not good.
Let's just see. They played 7th, so they had 4 days off after Washington. Played Minnesota 1-6-5. Then they lost 4-0. They lost 3-1 against Ottawa. Bounced back 1-5-4.
Andrew G says bad coaching in Buffalo. Chris Comatini says the coach is running those young guys into the ground.
Interesting points here from the chat.
Maybe Buffalo is not the way on that one. And there's your answer. It wasn't like a fluky game last night.
Well, yeah, it's like they just laid an egg, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm on the first period. Both teams to score. You know, you could take that over 3.5, Pete. It could still hit, and they lose 5-4. Comrie's going, Grubauer going on the other hand. It's just Seattle's spot here, in my opinion, guys. I've watched this a lot. They played at Edmonton, and then all the way to Toronto in the East, at Ottawa, at Montreal.
And here you go. Nutflush Allen says full line value, according to him, according to his opinion, on Buffalo team total over. That makes me feel a lot better. Okay.
Let's go, Mikey. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I could be completely wrong here with Seattle. They could just dominate because they do have the goaltending situation for Buffalo isn't the greatest. But
yeah,
you got fire and fire is the best way to put it. It should be fire with fire. And yeah.
Andrew G. Yeah, I mean, coaching is huge in sports like these. Andrew G. says bad coaching in Buffalo. Apparently, Jimmy said something about Buffalo. The coach is saying that the team is drained. He's Chris Comatini. He's running them into the ground.
Why? I don't know why he'd say team's drained. I don't know what he's trying to say there. It's kind of a weird statement to say. Talking about a coach who is really good, though, Jim Montgomery for Boston. Shout out to Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable coach. Like, just gets everybody going every game in and game out. 32-4, Pete. This team is like unbelievable. This team, like, it's crazy, but it all starts with coaching. So great points.
All right. So the Pittsburgh game. Sorry, remind me. You have anything on this one?
Yeah, both teams are scoring the first period here with Yari coming off rest, and then Martin, who's just very subpar right now. I'm going to take both teams to score plus 145.
I was thinking about Vancouver first period and maybe Vancouver team total over. What do you think about that? Not really?
Well, they can score. Like people are saying, everyone's saying in the chat. It's just defensively, Pete, and their goaltending situation is not the greatest. Pittsburgh's coming off the L. They don't have really anybody. They have a couple guys out, but
no, Pittsburgh's coming off a win.
Or sorry, they are coming off a win. I was looking at with Yari. Sorry, with Yari, he's coming off the loss 2-1. Right. Yari's been very subpar. He's lost 4-2 against New Jersey, then lost 5-1 against the Islanders. So that makes me think like Vancouver should be able to score here. Yeah, it's just I can't trust them to win or to even to lead. So that's why I like both teams to score in the first period. Even if both teams to score 2 goals, if you guys want to throw that in a parlay, I wouldn't mind that either.
All right, yeah, I'll take Vancouver team total over 2.5 minus 143. That's the current line of Pinnacle. 2.5 minus 143. I'll take that. I guess I'll hold off on Vancouver first period at plus 139. Although I was definitely feeling that way. Of course, they're going to come in and hit harder here, right? In the first early, right?
Vancouver, yeah. I don't see why Pittsburgh wouldn't either. Pittsburgh got the much better penalty kill too. So if Pittsburgh takes a couple penalties, I like their chances on the with their 4 guys on the ice compared to the 5 with Vancouver. And then looking at the penalty kill, Pete, for Vancouver, it's 68% last or 66% last 10, 68% on the road. So
all right, okay. Well, I'll go with the Vancouver team total.
I like that.
I don't know.
I feel better with that than I would on the first period, just because they're going to be it's going to go back and forth as much as they don't want to. I don't see how else Vancouver can win games. I don't see them winning games 2-1 with Spencer Martin. So.
Right. It's just like you look at Vancouver's, goal scoring over the past bunch of games, when they lose, they have a lot of 2-goal blowouts,
Yeah, that's the problem. They when they lose, they lose. Now they can score.
Yeah. I think if you're going to take the team total, you may as well just take a -1 at a huge dog line,
Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to take the team total over. I think they probably either win 5-3 or lose 6-2 or something like that,
That's a very good point, Pete. That's a very good point. They do have a lot of goal scoring, but yeah.
All right, Imp 420, Imp 13 420 likes the Pittsburgh team total over. Let me see. I'm looking at comments. All right, let's move on. Next game, Winnipeg, Detroit. Winnipeg, a small favorite. Winnipeg, of course, has won 5 in a row, now suddenly rolling. Detroit lost 3 in a row. Before that, they had won a few games here, and I was thinking, I don't know, maybe under. And once again, is Winnipeg now a play on game in and game out until further notice? What do you think?
Yeah, this is my under game. I'm going to do a triple up here, or double up. No goal first 9 minutes, plus 100. First period under, plus 120. I found that one at, guys. Reason being, just goaltending situation here. Houston's coming off rest, and so is Hellebuck. So right away, I like it when I see good goalies coming off rest. And Houston's coming off 2 losses, 5-1 against the Devils, 3-2 against Florida. Hellebuck, solid goalie, much better at home. But looking at these lineups, Zadina's out for Detroit, Stanley out for Winnipeg. Winnipeg, the line's low. I would lean to Winnipeg here, but the Detroit's came off a lot of losses, Pete, I believe. That's what I would they've been coming off a lot of losses here. And Winnipeg, they've been playing fine, won the last 5 hockey games. Expect a good Detroit should put a good foot forward here. I know I keep saying that, but 5-1 loss against New Jersey, 3-2 loss against Florida. They can't really score right now. 4-1 loss against Toronto. And another stat I had here was Winnipeg's also, Pete, 4-1 to the under in the first period on the road last 5 games. So I'm going to trust this with the goaltenders here. I like them enough. I think there won't be a goal in the first 9 and first period under 1.5, guys, plus 120.
I was thinking that way as well. That was my note. That was just my thinking, not a real opinion. I was thinking maybe under here. I'll add that as an official play at Pinnacle. 6.5 is minus 123. So I'll take Winnipeg, Detroit under 6.5 minus 123. And and why not the first period as well? You think the first period should be relatively modest scoring, right?
I do. Team coming off 3 losses. Winnipeg's been fine defensively. I do. And if you look at Winnipeg, they've had 1 over in their last 10 games, guys. They're 8-1-1 to the under. So and looking at Detroit, they're 4-0 to the under last 4. Give me the under here.
I'm going to do that as well, and I'll be a little safe. I'm going to take the under 2 at minus 164. That's a little bit juicy, but I'm going to take under 2 minus 164 just for a little bit of insurance there. All right, Gogi?
Yeah, no, I like it, and people in the chat are liking the Jets here. I don't mind that. I do think it's going to be a tighter hockey game, 2-1, 3-2 kind of game.
All right, let's look quickly at the extremely teeny sliver of line value on Winnipeg. And, it looks like the line has gotten – the total hasn't moved yet, though. So that's a little bit concerning if you like the under. But, all right, let's move on. Dallas and Islanders. This is an interesting one, right? Dallas generally been a winning team. Then they had a couple losses, and then they dominated Florida in their last game. The Islanders – off for a few days. Now they're back home after a trip. Lost 3 or 4 on that trip, including the last 2. In general, they seem like kind of a subpar team right now. And I know that statistically Dallas has been great in first periods, and the Islanders have been terrible in first periods. But the Islanders are aware of that. So I don't know. I was thinking maybe bet on a reversal of that. The Islanders focusing early on the first period, at least in this game. Dallas looks like a tough team, though, in general. In general, they look like a team I don't really feel comfortable betting against right now. What's your take on this one, Gogi?
Well, quickly here, Dallas, they have lost their last 2 road games, Pete, before winning against Florida 5-1. They lost 2-0 against Anaheim, 3-2 against LA. And just like you said about the Islanders here, I expect them to just play a tough forecheck kind of hockey game. They're going to have Sorokin and net. Both of these goalies, you're looking at top 5 goalies in the NHL here, in my opinion, in Ottinger and Sorokin. 0.939 save percentage, 0.939 save percentage for both goalies. That's home and road split. So that's really good, guys. 2.01 goals against for Ottinger, 1.86 for Sorokin. This just really feels like it's going to be a bounce back spot for Sorokin, in my opinion. Pete, he's coming off rest after playing a lot. Lost 4-2 to Edmonton, was pretty much playing all those road games when they went out west. So expect a much better performance at home with Sorokin. And then Ottinger's coming off one game where he won 5-1. Which I was on against Florida. So I'm going to be kind of another double up actually here, similar to the last play there, guys. I'm going to take no goal in the first 10 minutes here. It's in the first 9 minutes, it's minus 110. And then first period under 1.5, Pete, at plus 100. I do like this play. I feel pretty strong. Islanders, they're having trouble scoring too. They have a couple guys out, but Dallas much better home team.
All right, yeah, some interesting comments coming in. Shout out to Mike M. Says, congrats on the victory. Thank you very much, Mike M. Thank you so much for your pimp slap plays of the day. You're another one. I have you on friggin' notifications on. So I didn't have to go to your actual, I would just get the notification, click on it, bam, then I go to your Twitter page. But now I'm going to have to go directly to your Twitter page because my friggin' notifications aren't working. I'll do that. It's just very weird and a little bit annoying. But shout out to you, Mike App, one of the people I have notifications turned on for.
Shout out to Rochester.
I'm sorry?
He's Rochester's own. Shout out to Rochester.
Mike M's from Rochester?
I believe.
Monroe Ave? Hell yeah. Garbage plates? I'm very familiar with that area of the.
I'll be going there in May for the PGA Championship. So
yeah, I love it. Monroe Ave. I love Rochester, New York. All right.
But okay.
What'd you say?
I don't get it, but okay.
Okay. You'll get it. Monroe Ave. All right. Let me see. And Nutflesh Allen says extremely close to blindly betting Montreal team totals unders for the rest of the season. Just have a little more work to do. Very interesting. Yeah, Mike M gets it. Monroe Ave. All right. Wow. Montreal team total unders. Interesting. What a great show we're having today. I'm going to pass on this one. Dallas Islanders just scares me a little bit. All right, let's move on. Calgary, St. Louis. This is the one bet that I bet on the overnight line. Bet it pretty big. Tell me honestly if you think that it makes you nervous. Calgary, of course, off an OT loss is a massive favorite at Chicago. They were winning before that, but before that they were kind of underwhelming. Team that I think they should have been better than they were. I'm not sure if that's accurate, though. How good of a team is Calgary in general? You know, when you have an elite team off a loss, you definitely want to bet them in the next game usually. But is Calgary quite an elite team right now? And St. Louis won at Minnesota, 3-0 in their last game. Now they're back home after a 4-game trip. The trip was good. 3 of those wins were as a big dog, and the loss was as a sizable favorite. And St. Louis has some pretty serious injury issues, right? Roster issues. I'm assuming that those are all like Leddy and Bortozzo. They're both questionable here. I'm not sure who's going to play, but they have some injury issues. And Calgary should be, I think, a team that you can bet on to bounce back after a loss, but maybe not. What do you think about Calgary and more so Calgary first period as a big favorite?
Well, you know what? I think this team's overrated, to be honest, Pete. Calgary. I think the coach is. Looking at their puck lines here, they're 2-8 on the puck line. So that just tells they've won a couple games when they do win 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 1 win, 4-1. But this team they're probably the biggest disappointment, I'd say, up there in the NHL right now, for me at least. Calgary, with all the additions. Markstrom 2P, this would be his 4th game, I believe, in a row. So I lean to the over, but I don't feel strong enough on the over. It's a tough cap because St. Louis is missing Tarasenko, O'Reilly, Bertuzzo, like you said, Brown, Leddy's day-to-day. I can make cases for the over, the under. Sidewise, these are just 2 bad hockey teams, in my opinion, Pete.
Really? Calgary's a bad hockey team, huh?
Yeah, well, like Calgary, like you come off of a 4-1 win against the Islanders, then you just, lost 4-3 against Chicago there, lose 3-2 against Winnipeg, lost 2-1. They're losing close hockey games. Until I see it turn around with Calgary, I don't know, Pete. I'm not too high on them. And if you're looking at St. Louis, they're playing much better hockey of late. Power plays, slight advantage to St. Louis. Penalty kills, slight advantage to Calgary. This is a tough cap. I get the angle with Calgary. Losing to Chicago 4-3, coming out strong in the first period. You know what? I was actually kind of leaned to the under, but I had over written down. It's a game I want nothing to do with on this card. It's a real tough one. I'll be rooting for if you have first period here, Pete, I'll be rooting for that.
All right.
But
well, Gogi, before we look at the comment section, this is the 4th game on the card today that has some line value. This one has half line value on one of these sides. Gogi, so far today, 1 and 2, predicting which side the site we look at has line value. Half line value here on one of these sides. Which do you think it is?
Blues.
1-3, Mr. Gokster in classic Gogie form, getting most of them wrong, not all of them wrong though. Calgary, according to this site, half line value, despite being a big road favorite, 55% of the tickets, 90% of the cash on Calgary right now, and half line value on Calgary, according to this site that we look at, which makes me feel a little bit better. All right, it's a low line. If it loses, I'll eat it. At Pinnacle right now, the first period is minus 133. So if they actually lose, all right, tip your hat to St. Louis, and I'll eat the 1.35 units of loss. Go ahead.
I get that. You know what? Maybe a first period under kind of makes sense too for me a bit here. That long road trip. I get where your Calgary angle's coming from here. Markstrom, I don't know how much I trust him, to be honest. But their coaching is okay. That's just a tough cap, but I see the angles are on Calgary, and it could very well hit. Yeah,
I hear you. Yeah, look, Chris Comatini says, "LOL." I think he's doing it on purpose. Now, you would think. I don't know. I mean, there were some years in there where I was hitting like 30% with my public NBA picks, and people were like, I knew Loshak wasn't a genius, but he's not that stupid. I'm not that stupid, but I was not doing it on purpose. I was really hitting 30% in NBA, which made me then realize that someone else is probably hitting 70% in NBA, and I needed to figure out how to do that.
My picks have been pretty good though on this show, even Jimmy. So the winners have been there. It's just the line value. Fuck, you might as well go ask the guy in the street. He'll probably do better than me.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Is he that bad at this? I don't think so, but I don't think he's doing it on purpose. I think it's going to even out in the future. All right, I'm going to make Calgary first period minus 133, an official play. Half line value on Calgary, of course. Let's see what the Brian Watson says. How can Calgary be phased? Yeah, I guess I think of Calgary as a team that's like well coached.
No. I don't think so. They haven't been nearly as well coached. They should be much better than they are, and I think that's kind of, you're looking at the coach for a bit. And I always go back to their playoffs. I know they ran into a good goalie in Ottinger, but his pressures in those playoffs, Pete, he just not like he just, I don't know, we just couldn't get her done. The boys just got beat by a better hockey team. Like he's very, I don't know, Sutter. Yeah, I like Sutter, but I don't know if he's the right fit for Calgary. And St. Louis has been the better of these two teams. They won 3-0 last time out.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
the line does seem a little off. I do agree.
They've got all these injuries, but they're definitely not flailing. I mean, they had 3 nice dog wins on their recent road trip,
That's the thing. Like, just because you're missing these players, like they got call-ups that are just waiting to get their chance.
Yeah,
that's
right.
What you've seen for teams like Springfield. Springfield's called up other guys, and they're flourishing with their opportunity. They've scored 6 goals, 5 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals against Montreal. So they're still scoring without Tarasenko and O'Reilly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll go with Calgary first period though, and but I'll hold off. I'll hold off on anything else, and maybe I'll pull a little bit of my bet. I don't know. I think I'll just ride with it. All right, next game, San Jose and Arizona. I have no feel for this one at all as of right now. Obviously, 2 pretty crappy teams. Arizona lost 5 in a row. San Jose, whatever, they're a crappy team also. San Jose is a small road favorite. You got anything on this one, Gogi?
I do, actually. Taking a rare no goal, not rare, but no goal in the first 9 minutes here. I think this is a good spot for both of these goalies, Pete. They haven't looked good. Lost against Boston, Reimer. Lost against Dallas. Lost against Vancouver. And then looking at Vejmelka, lost against Pittsburgh. Lost against Philly. Lost against Florida. I think this is a spot. Both of these goalies, I expect them to look better here, Pete. They've just when you've looked so bad here, it's just like, okay, this is your chance here. All right, let's not allow 6-7 goals to San Jose or Arizona. Injury wise, O'Brien, a couple of guys on defense are out for San Jose. But 7-4, Arizona is a much better team here at home. I have nothing really on this game. 59% penalty kill though for Arizona in their last 10 games, which is not that good at all. Coin flip of a hockey game. What's the line here? So wow, Sharks are favored. Kind of surprised they're favored, but no goal in the first 9 minutes. I expect Reimer and Vejmelka to look much better here. And also back-to-back at LA for San Jose. So I do want Reimer. I don't want Kakinen here. I want Reimer in a bounce back. No goal first 9 minutes, guys, is plus 100.
All right. Slatsy says bum fight over is 8-1. Last 9 in Arizona. Give me the over. As far as the site we look at for line value, a teeny sliver of value on San Jose, but that could easily change. And look at that. About 80% of the tickets and 90% of the cash on the over. So that's that's pretty interesting. Let's see if that line has moved. Not really, since the overnight line, not too much. So that might change as well. All right, let's move on. Florida, Colorado. Gogi, Florida continues to be subpar. Lost big at Dallas last game. Seems like Florida's a team that can pull out wins against the lesser teams that they play, but they're going to be mediocre at best and probably overvalued against anyone decent. Colorado, with all the injuries, they've been getting it done mostly throughout the year, but recently they've been losing. Lost a bunch of games in a row, although they're coming off a win. And now Colorado's a small favorite. I don't know. This is another tough one. I kind of want to fade Florida against anyone decent, but maybe Colorado, the injuries are catching up to them and they shouldn't be a favorite. What do you think?
No, they're getting healthier, if anything, Pete, I think. Yeah. They don't have Landeskog and Nichushkin's day-to-day, but they got Landeskog back. I can bring up their team real quick, but I watched that game against Edmonton, Pete. They were down 2-0 going into the third period, scored early. McKinnon did, scored another one in the second. Then it was a battle in the third. Then they won it. I believe it was in overtime there. Cale Makar had a real nice shot. So big win for this team. I think because they were coming off, guys. This team had lost 5 in a row, 2-8 on the puck line, 2 of late. So expect Colorado to start winning some hockey games. And this Florida team, you want to talk about bad coach. Maurice, they got problems left, right, and center. Not a consistent hockey team in Florida. It's just not working, to say the least. The only issue here, Pete, though, that I just found out was Georgiev. If it's not Georgiev, it might, because this line is low. I'm surprised it's as low as it is. I would expect it to be a little bit higher, to be honest. But Georgiev's played 11 games in a row. He's played 11 fucking hockey games in a row. Now that's a lot. And it's like that. So Jonas Johansson, he's their backup. He's not that good. And because Francouz is hurt, that's their other backup. Pavel Francouz, he's out. So there's a chance, Pete, we could get Jonas Johansson here. I wouldn't be surprised. That line's kind of low. Bobrovsky's coming off rest, but he's poor on the road. 4-8, .887 save percentage, 3.54 goals against. So where I'm going to look here, guys, is I'm going to take both teams to score, Pete. First period is plus 165. I really like that number. I expect both teams. Florida needs wins. I don't think they're a good enough hockey team to win the game. And then on the other hand, and they're going to have Johansson. I do expect Johansson to go. 11 games in a row, Pete. That's kind of unheard of. Like he hasn't even been playing well. The guy had lost 5 games in a row. You'd think they'd take him out, but they didn't. So give me the both teams to score first period here. It could be a higher scoring game. Okay,
Carve Life VP asking, why are we spending so much time on hockey? Is it time for basketball yet? It's coming, Carve Life VP. It's coming. Let's wrap up all this hockey bullshit, Mr. Gokster. Yeah, it's you said you expect the line to be higher. Well, the line's gotten bet down a little bit from the overnight line. So that might be someone trying to tell you something. Florida might be. Go ahead.
If their backup goalie is going to be and Johansson's going to be in net, that's what's going to happen. 11 games in a row. And they're coming off a little road trip too. Yeah, expect Johansson to be a net here, which is going to lead to more goals. First period, both teams to score. I really like that one, plus 165, and even maybe an over 6.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind either.
Small line value on Florida, according to the site we look at, and everything on the over so far, about 75% of the tickets and almost 100% of the cash on the over in the Florida-Colorado game. Let me just quickly see what happened with the total. It's gotten bet up. Look at that, up to 6.5.
It's Johansson. Yeah, it's the backup goalie. He'll be in.
All right, I'm going to pass on this one. Mr. Gokster, we have to wrap up all this hockey bullshit and get to the real shit, which is basketball.
Yeah, you take it easy on hockey now, all right?
Let's review our official plays. An interesting card. I'm quadrupling up on the Carolina game. New Jersey money line, plus 129. The under, 6.5, minus 121. The first period under, 1.5, plus 122. And the Carolina team total under, 3.5, minus 123. Also going to take Buffalo -1 plus 154 and the team total over 3.5 plus 111. Hopefully they're not drained, but Mike Nutflush Allen heartily endorses the play on the team total over at least, if not the Buffalo side. I'm taking unders in Winnipeg, Detroit. Full game 6.5 minus 123 and first period under 2 minus 164. And I'm going to go with Calgary. First period money line minus 133. Mr. Gokster, remind us of your official plays, please.
All right, we'll be really quick here, guys. Columbus, Tampa Bay. I got a no goal in the first 9 minutes, plus 105. Also Tampa Bay to get it done, along with the Rangers, plus 113 parlay. We have Buffalo and Seattle, both teams to score first period, plus 150. I got a double up in Winnipeg, Detroit, Pete. No goal in the first 9 and first period under 1.5. I got the Rangers in a 3-way here. Or no, sorry, not in a 3-way. I took it in the money line parlay. I got Pittsburgh, Vancouver, both teams to score in the first period, plus 145. No goal in the first 9 minutes. Dallas, New York Islanders, along with the first period under, plus 100. Staying off Calgary, St. Louis. Going to stay off New Jersey, Carolina. San Jose, Arizona. We're going to take no goal in the first 9 minutes there. That's going to be plus 100. And then last game here, guys, Florida, Colorado, with expected backup goalie for Colorado. Both teams to score first period, plus 165 this one.
Sounds good. Real deal prime liking the Sabres. That makes me feel good. But now here, Imp13420 says NHL is the greatest. So I don't know. You can't please everyone, right, Mr. Goatser? You can just do what you do, and hopefully you have a few friends, and hopefully you make a few bucks, and hopefully you have a few nice days in this life, right? Jose Bouquett, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm still pissed off about the Cappers contest, to be honest. But
I don't know. Right. The luck again. You lost by more than 2. So
Jimmy, fucking Pete, let me live. Let me live.
Oh, because you would have come in like 3rd place or something, or 2nd place, or yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. We'll talk about it later. Maybe we can change the tech on it to make it, less likely that someone will like accidentally miss their pick.
Yeah,
because,
I think. Are you sure you want to submit button will probably be added.
I mean, we could admit the elephant in the room, which is that if Babano had not missed a week, he probably would have won the contest. Maybe I would have tried harder then, and maybe I wouldn't have made some of the stupid plays I made. But
so Pete beat us, and he wasn't even trying, guys. Did you guys hear that? He wasn't even fucking trying.
What a champ!
What a champ! Absolutely. All right, that just about does it. So should we go into an NBA or college basketball right now?
Let's do college basketball first.
All right,
we'll be here in a
second.
second.
Around?
Yeah, he'll be here in a second.
All right. I'll quickly
Bye, Ghoster, by the way.
All right, guys. Be good. See you Thursday.
Right. Hell yeah. All right. If anyone has any college basketball bets or looks that they're liking, let us know what it is in the comments section. I hit a couple of plays. Again, I'm just saying I'm on them. I hit Toledo plus a bunch of points. I hit Valparaiso plus a bunch of points. I hit Ole Miss plus 2.5 plus 1.5. I think I got against Auburn. And that's it. I also think I'm liking Illinois at like -3 or 3.5 against Nebraska. I hit that one. That I like maybe a little bit less, but those are 3 plays that I think I kind of like. Toledo getting 3.5 or 4, Valparaiso getting 5 or 5.5 or 6, Ole Miss getting 2 or 2.5, whatever you can get, and then maybe I'd chuck on Illinois at Nebraska giving 3.5 or 4 or something like that. Those are 4 plays that I'm liking. I'm going to look at the comments section in a second, and we can look at some money as well. For totals. I was also thinking about maybe the over in Murray State, Northern Iowa. Over in Murray State, Northern Iowa. That's one that I am that I'm looking at, and I think that's pretty much the only total that I want to identify for now. Over in Murray State, Northern Iowa, and then we got all those sides. Let's see. Let's look at the comments section.
A lot of people like my counting because you got a lot of plays, Pete.
Do I? 4? Is that a lot?
I thought I called it like 6 or 7.
No. I think I'm like the Murray State, Northern Iowa over, and I'm definitely liking Toledo plus some points, Valpo plus some points, Ole Miss plus some points, and Illinois minus a few points.
I like that. Okay, all right. Justin McElvey, by the way. McElvey's saying, damn Shaq, I'm on Belmont -5, Kansas State.
That's not good.
Kent State over, Nebraska plus 3.5, Tulsa plus floor, and then I'm assuming Florida money line.
Yeah. Tulsa, I agree with. The others, I mean, look, Justin, definitely take it with a grain of salt. I mean, I might, if I hear Dabby Cab or someone saying they love an opposite play of mine, I'll definitely, if I hear like a pimp slap play of the day that's on the opposite side of something I'm liking, I'll be on the opposite side of that. That's just what I'm liking so far as of right now, what I'm on. Let me see. I'm looking at other comments. Let me see. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't go. I got so much going on here with this show, Jose Bouquett. I realize I I missed some joke opportunities with your luck comments. I should have been.
No, it's all right. I'm just still I'm a bitter berry. I'm with a fat finger. It was a $600 mistake, unfortunately. But guess what, Pete? We're ready for NBA now because the Cappers contest is going to make me just.
I realize now you were setting me up a little bit for a joke opportunity there, and I just flubbed it, swinging.
Hey, it's okay. We can talk about Latvian women if we want. I'm down with that.
We'll have some more later on. I'm a little bit concerned though that Justin McIvy now likes Belmont and Nebraska. That's not great to see. Of course, the number is what's most important in all these situations, but that's not great to see. All right, let's see any other comments coming in. Yeah, I don't know. Those are 3 plays. Toledo. Oh, and he likes Kent State also. That's not good. That's not good.
Well, I'll say this. NCAA.
Oh, no, he likes the over. Sorry, no, just the over. Just the over. Okay.
Okay, good. Well, NCAA net profit today at 4 p.m. Don't forget about that with Bobano and Connor Mack as well, breaking down a lot of NBA, college basketball games as well. Pete, I'm sure you watch because you dominate the NCAA basketball scene, and Bobano and Connor are just as good as well. So,
I love those guys. Yeah, hell yeah. I at the beginning of the football season, I watch every single video that those guys made for a couple of weeks. And then when I'm surfing the wave, then I kind of take over on my own. But this college football season, I had a really good college football season. I watched almost every single video that they made previewing a game for college football. Ian Cameron and Connor Mack. Hell yeah. Are we ready to do NBA?
Yes, we are.
All right. I'm just looking at some of these comments coming out. I hope I'm not
on
the wrong side.
Do you have any Texas Tech feelings?
What?
Do you have any feelings on Texas Tech?
No.
Not
at all.
Any feelings on Florida LSU full game under? Rob Free likes it.
Yes, I was leaning that way. Yes, intellectually I was leaning that way. Gut was telling me be careful. I think maybe the first half under I'll pull the trigger on. Yes, I yes. The answer is yes. I do like under in Florida LSU. I missed the move, and I think I might take a shot with the first half under maybe.
And Mike M also, by the way, shout out to Mike M. Pimp Slap didn't know he was a New York guy as well. Virginia, Buffalo, LSU bounced back today. He likes the under in those games. He likes the under in Virginia, Buffalo, and LSU to bounce back today. So should be on LSU money line or something of the sort.
Good. That sounds great. I also kind of like the over in the Ole Miss Auburn game and the Ole Miss team total over as well. I'll probably be on those. All right. We hit people up in a short period of time with a whole bunch of college basketball picks and opinions. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Let's see. And Chris Comatini Googled Latvian women. You ain't lying. Whoever said they were gorgeous. After this show, I'm going to Google them too. I'm going to admit that publicly. I don't care if I get canceled for that. They cancel Loshak. He Googled Latvian women because
it's research.
Yeah, it's research. Yeah, I wasn't objectifying them.
If we're going to do the next Pub Sports meetup in Latvia, we might as well know what we're getting into, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I have to research so I can cancel other people who Google Latvian women, so I know what they're looking at. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. All right. We ready for NBA?
Yes. Let's bring on the one, the only. I'm excited to talk to him. Trotwam. Howdy, Trotwam. How's it going?
What's up, guys? What's up? How do I sound? I sound good. Everything is clear. All right, cool, man. Yeah, bro. I'm happy to be here. Real Deal Prime. Shout out to him, Dan Kelly. Always cool to have him here. Rob Free. But yes, I'm blessed to be here with Jose, but no other than Mr. Peter Loshak himself.
Oh, hell yeah.
The legend.
Man, another tough NBA card. You ready to break this down? Thankfully, we have the comment section to help us out a little bit. Yes. You ready, Trotwam?
Yes, sir. I'm happy that we got Dan Kelly live today.
We got Dan Kelly
last week. But I appreciate him giving me DMs as well, giving me his spots there. So always love, bro. Appreciate you.
Whatever you got, Dan Kelly, please post it because we need it. Let's start with Detroit, Philly. Man, I don't know. The second of a home and home, right? Philly rolled them in the first game. Embiid was out. I think is he going to be in? I think he's day to day. Of course, a whole bunch of injuries for Detroit. They are really struggling with their roster right now and all the injuries, not doing well. Earlier in the year, Detroit was a bad team that was good ATS, and we were on that. Now they're a bad, and this happens a lot. Now they're a bad team that's bad ATS, right? They've been losing ATS recently, overtrending. They're not D'ing up. Now Embiid's coming back. It's a huge line. Man, I have no idea what to make of this one. What do you think? You got anything on this one?
So Embiid did go through shoot around. He practiced last game. Didn't play the previous game that they just passed. I know our guy Ski loves to fade teams on the short revenge, in-season revenge. So he's looking to take the Pistons. I don't want anything to do with the Pistons, man. We talked about, just being lack of talent, bro. And then they have the talent that they do have out of the game. No Cade, no Bojan Bogdanovic, no Marvin Bagley today. You most likely, I think Jalen Duran is ruled out as well. He's showing a game time decision, but beat writers have already ruled him out. So you're not going to get that rebounding edge there with them. Embiid being out has been a lot of Montrezl Harrell on the point side of things. Been really good pick and roll with the guy James Harden. He's been playing well. Maxi's been playing well. I'm knowing that this is a 76ers team that does cover at the house, one of the best home teams at covering. And as far as what they've been doing in the first half, it's kind of where I'm going to key in on here. So Detroit is 1-4 ATS the last 5 for first half. That's giving them a 28th net rating in that last 5 first halves. I'm looking at this 76ers team, number 3 in net rating in the last 5 games in the first half, covering 4 of those last 5 games as well. So I'm just going to cut this spread in half. I don't want anything to do with the revenge factor, fade my boy Ski, because I know he likes Detroit today. But I'm going to go with the 76ers first half, -6.5. Once Embiid is announced in, I think it moves a little bit. So that's the reason why I locked this one in a little earlier. Kind of biting myself because I didn't lock in another pick we're going to talk about later. And I kind of am liking it now that they have some guys that's out. But this one is official play for me. -6.5 first half for 76ers. I think the trend continues with them playing really well, having one of the best offenses in the league over the last 5 games as well. So give me the Sixers, man. I wouldn't be surprised, AOD, that the Sixers come out Smack City. They have 2 other games. They have a game next with OKC before they go on a 5-game road trip. I think they got to take care of business at home with these next 2 games against these 2 inferior teams. So give me the 76ers early. I'm not going to say often, but I wouldn't be surprised, bro.
Wow, and look at this. Mike M., look at this. Teams playing for a 3rd time this season are 19-3 to the over, plus 15.5 points per game if one team lost the first 2 meetings. He likes the over here, and now he's talking about, and now he has another stat here that indicates that Philly might be the play here. So maybe even the Philly team total over might be a great play. Wow, Mike M.
Wow, great stat right there, Mike.
Hell yeah! Wow,
appreciate you, brother.
We are for that. Wow,
right.
The over. Let's see what's happened with the total. I think it opened at like 227.5 or something like that. Now it's down to 226. Maybe just because then you need Detroit to put up whatever you got to get them to put up, and the line's up to 13. Maybe Philly team total over 119. What about that?
That makes sense to me. I mean, I think their offense has shown that they're really intact. Having Embiid come back may throw a wrench in it because, I mean, 17, 16 or something around there is what, since he's been out, is what Montrezl has been averaging.
Yeah.
So, I could definitely see it being a great spot for them. I love the fact that Maxey is getting his stride back and James Harden getting to the line, getting to the foul line. So I do like that look a lot. I'm gonna key in though, man. I'm just keying on the first half, but I definitely would think that the over is in play and that team total over with 6.
Yeah, you might be right there, but then the first half is sounding good too, man. What about the Philly first half team total over, which is 59? That's not a lot of points, is it?
That's not a lot of points at all against a team that, I mean, are they known for locking down anything? I don't think they're going to be able to stop the Sixers today. That's the reason why I'm on this first half. So
right, I mean, they
correlate.
Philly put up 70 in the first half against Detroit in the last game, and if Detroit was one, not that they don't have pride, but like they know they kind of suck. If they're going to lock down on defense and give a big effort, it's not going to be in this spot on the road against a team that just blew them, right? I mean, they're going to wait until, I don't know, there's some situation, maybe where they're at home, maybe where it's more, What do you think about that? Philly, I think I might take that.
I think that's a great number. Mike M says this as well. That's a great number. I think they team total under. Shout out to Pulliam is in there saying he likes the team total under. And then Mike M says Philly has won 9 in a row versus 76. I think he meant against the Detroit Pistons, and they're going for 10 in a row today. So I agree. I agree with that.
Right, I'm going to take this. This combines insights from Trotwam, from Mike M, from the market, from everywhere, and I'm going to take Philly first half, team total over 59. That's the current line at Heritage. All right, so we're kind of on the same side, and Ski could easily get his cover full game, right? Easily. And
that's how I was telling him. Let me get the first half cut, and I'll let him have everything else, But I think that team total over is not. I'm going to write that one down here for you. Pete, keep on in that one, man. You said 57.5 team total over for Philly. I like that look a lot, man.
And Dan Kelly says both Philly and Detroit like to go over in the third quarter. I could see Philly being way up first half, and then the second half they just all stop playing defense. It's basically an even game. Game soars over. Philly covers first half, and Detroit covers the second half. Second half soars over. Third quarter soars over. Very interesting. Interesting stuff.
Love it. All
right. Okay. Wait, let me see. Okay, and Sharon Polium says Detroit team total under first half. That's not bad as well. 52. How are they going to get 52? I agree. I mean, I would agree with that as well. But let's move on. Charlotte and Toronto. Toronto a big favorite here, which is interesting because they have been not covering recently and not even winning. 1-5 straight up in ATS. Over their past 6 games before their last game, which was a nice margin home win, but before that, losing straight up in ATS, and Charlotte kind of the same, 2 straight nice ATS road covers, but before that, losing straight up and ATS. And now you have Toronto as a big favorite here. I'm not at all sure what to make of this one. What's your take on this game, Trotwell?
I'm right there with you. I'm not. I don't know what to do with this game. Honestly, what a crazy spread for the Raptors. The Raptors have been shown, and then our guy, Dutch Boy Fresh, he says that this is a WNBA team at times because they just can't really score consistently. Now, are we going to expect them to be able to score consistently against a Hornets team? They don't care about defense. They're just going up and down the floor. Seems like the total is starting to drop a little bit, though. 230. It was 229, just a little small love. It looks like it's coming from the under. Now I'm seeing the Raptors at 8. I just can't think nowhere else but to go with the Hornets. But I hate the Hornets, man. It's just I could definitely tell this is a team that's tanking, that's not really looking to do that much. And honestly, I wouldn't be willing to take the Hornets until, or at least consistently bet with them until they get somebody like Miles Bridges back, who may be getting his contract soon. So, yeah, I put this one down as a backwood. I'm not going to lie, just because I just don't find myself betting the Raptors with this premium number or even backing the Hornets on the road in a travel spot here. It just doesn't seem right, even though it's the same. I believe the rest is pretty much the same. Both of these guys played on the 8th, so they're playing here. I don't want to go anything. Honestly, if I did kind of look in before we start the show, because I tried to have something to talk about in this game. I think LaMelo Ball has a good bounce back day. He had 13 points last game, shot 5 from 12. I expect him to have a better game today, but this is definitely a backwood. I don't think I'm going to put my money on this game at all.
Yeah, something tells me I want to pull the trigger on the Raps, but I just can't make myself do it. I think I'm gonna pass on this. And Dan Kelly talking about that you can same game parlay all those overs. Yeah, I should look into what they'll allow you to do because I definitely have not explored as much as I probably should have. I just sort of assumed that they wouldn't do certain things. All right, let's see what the comments are about this one at all. Let me see. Let's see. Mike M. Mike M. seems to be implying Charlotte is the way to go here. But Rob Free says you're on fire right now, but I can't bet Charlotte. Just can't do it. Yeah.
Siakam should feast, AOD says, and if you scared, go to church. Yeah. Oh, man, I understand that, bro. I wouldn't be surprised at that. That's the truth. I understand that, too, but that's all right for me.
I'll hold up on this one as well. OKC in Miami. This is an interesting one. OKC, kind of a team that has some fight to them. I kind of like them as a team, They tend to do much better ATS at home. On the road, they flame out a little bit, but I don't really love them getting a lot of points as a road dog. 4 straight overs for them as well. Miami's been doing well ATS, an under-trending team in general. I don't know. OKC seems dangerous as a dog in general right now. I have nothing on this one. Maybe after I hear what you guys have to say, maybe I'll have something. What do you think, Trotwam?
Yeah, man. This is a game that I'm kind of kicking myself not betting earlier. I wanted to renew my Thunder Buddy membership because it was at 4.5. I see for the Thunder, but now we have ruled out players, and Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and also Kyle Lowry are all ruled out. So obviously, if addition by subtraction or subtraction by addition, if you think of it this way, with Jimmy Butler stats, he should be going crazy. Wouldn't be surprised if he has a triple-double today. I think his triple-double is like 11-1 as well. It's like something crazy on that regard. So I'm thinking of taking the Thunder here. They've been playing better offense over the season, 4th in offensive rating over the last 5 games. And for the season, for the last 5 games, they're averaging 121 points. And it's just like the Heat, man. With all those guys being out, they already are known for having bad offense. I mean, they're not really playing or shooting really well at all. So I think they're averaging 110 points in the last 5 games for the season, 108. I mean, it's not a spot to take the Heat, even though they're at the house, even though this is Thunder, but I think my membership needs to be approved here. I wouldn't be surprised, Curtis, if you cash that one, without sweat. So the money line for Thunder is obviously in play right here. I'm just kind of mad and I'm kicking myself because once those guys are ruled out, the line obviously moved with it. And I kind of missed a better number with that 4. Now we're seeing 2. Money line is obviously the only way I would probably go now because +2, you're thinking these guys are going to win. So I'm kind of scratching my head. I should have bet this earlier, man. I like the Thunder a lot today. So before the move even happened, even if those guys were in the game, I probably still would have been liking the Thunder here. So it's a tough game, but I think I'm going to be on the Thunder. Nothing I've bet officially here, but I'm very close to pulling the Thunder. I guess I got to talk myself in it, or I'm hoping for someone else to talk me into betting it too.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, now it's down to 2. I just saw that now. All right, so you're gonna stay off this. I'm gonna stay off this, I think, as well.
Yeah, for now, yeah. It might make my card. Just follow me on Twitter. I'll post out any best that I make officially. For sure, we locked in that 76ers. That's a official play for me.
Regis Austin says Miami got the Bucks on deck. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Shout out to Curtis Berry, Car Life of VP, who got 4.5. Very nice. That's how it's done. That's how it's done, folks. Like an OKC. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I was just like, man, OKC, that's just a team I don't want to – I like their makeup, All right, let's move on. Cleveland and Utah. Cleveland, on a road trip, lost the first game by double digits, won the last game by double digits. Now Utah's back from their 3-game trip. They have not been doing well, losing straight up and ATS. Not every game, but the majority of their games also going over. And now Donovan Mitchell returns to Utah. I know there's some off-court drama because of the comments that he made. Cleveland, a small road favorite. And, I really have no idea what to make of this either. Want to hear what you guys have to say, and maybe I'll cap the cappers and give an official play. You got anything on this one?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't pull this one yet either, but this is a play that I'm pretty sure we're going to lock in before the end of this show. It's going to be the first half with Cleveland. I just think that they're the better team for sure. We'll start there. They're going to be the better team, but we know what type of team and what type of motivation this Jazz team has on a night-to-night basis. Last game that they played, Donovan Mitchell wasn't that revengeful as much as people thought. He didn't drop 71, like he did the other day and against the other team. He dropped 23 points, and he shot 4 for 5 for 3. It's kind of more of a collective effort. Jared Allen had a double-double. He had 20 points. So you got to think that that's kind of where you're going to see in this game as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they give Donovan Mitchell, a crazy amount of love here. Lauri Markkanen did his thing as well. I think he made his over 2.5 threes. Since then, now he's moved to 3.5 as far as his 3-point prop. So I'm not going to go key in on Lauri, even though he's definitely worth the all-star bid that he will get. I'm just thinking that the Cavs first half is the play here. I like that third quarter spot here with Dan Kelly. He says third quarter money line with Utah. I understand that. Look, and that's the reason why I don't want to take the full game with the Cavaliers, because the revenge factor, because they got blown out by almost 30 points last game against this team. So I think the Cavs are going to show that they're a better team. I like how I like how Darius Garland's been finding his offense, hitting 20-plus points over the last 2 games since he's been coming back from the injury. I think he's going to play in that same realm as well. Not trying to hit his double-double, even though it's tempting at plus 300. I'd rather take the Jared Allen one, even though he only hit it last game. And I think over the last 6 games, he only hit it twice over the last 6 games. So that's kind of where I'm thinking. I'm thinking like Curtis Berry. I'm thinking Jared Allen double-double. But the first, I think the first bet I'm going to make here is going to be the Cavs first half, -1.5. As a matter of fact, you can lock that in as official play. I'm putting that in right now.
Okay, some interesting stuff here. Yeah, look at that. Dan Kelly, Utah third quarter money line. Regis Austin locked in Cavs first quarter earlier. Interesting stuff here. Yeah, I'm seeing before Carve Life VP and Curtis Berry both really like an OKC even at the reduced line. That might be the play. And Dan Kelly says, did you hear what Mitchell said about Utah? I'm pretty sure he's going to get loudly booed. Yeah, I mean, is that a factor in this game? I mean, he said some pretty harsh stuff.
I mean, was some of that shit real, right? He was saying like he got pulled over a few times, and then he gave the ID that was being really rude, and it happened to him a lot of times. And
fuck that, fuck this, fuck that. I mean, it's like, so what does that mean? Does that mean he's going to come out and roll in the first quarter?
Nah, it just means he's gonna get some booze, bro. I think that's what that is. I don't think I don't think the Jazz is gonna try to go crazy, but I do like the fieriness in the Jazz. I think it was Jordan Clarkson looking to fight last game when he was trying to fight someone last game. I forgot who it was who they played, but yeah, man, I'm right there with you, AOD, man. Fuck Utah, fuck the Jazz, and fuck the All-Star game because it's in Salt Lake.
Wow, that seems so like the way to go, to take the Cavs first quarter or first half, and then third quarter Utah. Man,
also, Jazz only covered 2 of the last 10 first halves in the last 10 first halves that they had at home. So 2 and 8 ATS in the first half. This Cavs team's 3-1-1 in the last 5 first halves on the road. So kind of in a little bit of a trend there. I just think that I'm going to get in and get out with the Cavs, and we lock that in at -1.5, -105. So first half -1.5, -105 for the Cavaliers.
Man, I want to tail that so bad. I'm just thinking out loud here. Is Utah, because of the intensity of the game, going to come in here and be like, you can't come into our house and do this to us early?
It could be interesting. I'm betting that it won't happen.
Okay, yeah, I
love it. I love the question.
Making these videos go at have a brisk pace and not have any lulls. But right there, that was bad. That was just me not knowing what to do, begging for some information that I know does not exist. And all right, I'm gonna tail you. I'm gonna tail you guys on this one. I'm gonna take Cleveland first quarter. I'll take the money line. Let's see what they got at Pinnacle here on the first quarter. I'm gonna tail you guys. And if it loses, that's totally fine. Let's see. Money line first quarter -121. That's not too bad. All right, I'll take that. I'll take the Cavs first quarter -121 money line, and then probably Utah later on in the game, third quarter or second half is probably a good play as well. But I'll hold off on that for now. All right.
Love it.
Right. Okay. Let's win. Comments and then let's see. All right. And yeah, Jazz missing people. Okay, next game on the docket. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Phoenix and Golden State, right? Phoenix absolutely stinking it up, right? Losing straight up, losing ATS, going under, team totals going under, and Golden State 2 straight losses as a big home fave. Curry's going to be back, though, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm almost guaranteeing that I was guaranteed he's going to be back. And the Golden State had been rolling for a while, and Phoenix kind of has Golden State's number. So maybe this is a spot that has Golden State dominates written all over it. I was thinking maybe Golden State, maybe the under, and maybe more than anything else, Phoenix team total under, although maybe that's just way too obvious and too easy. What do you think what's your take on this game, Trotwam?
Yeah, so you said it, man. Curry being upgraded to questionable, we got to think that he's going to play. You know what I mean? You know, if he's downgraded, then it's different. But in this case, he's upgraded to questionable. I like him to come back and play. He's already been practicing with the team. So it's good there. They actually got Wiggins back already in the last game against Orlando. He had 19 minutes, 4 from 12 from field goals. So he got the rust out of this way playing that weak team. And 12 points, 2 for 7 from 3. We know we love to take the 3-point prop with Wiggins, especially once they get Curry back, which we're anticipating today. That could be one of the reasons why I want to jump back on this. They're not giving us any props right now because obviously Curry is going to factor in. It's going to change the numbers. So far, they're giving us only Draymond Green from what I'm looking at a lot of places. So I'm going to hold on making any props or anything official until we get the official with Curry. But I'm thinking going to the well with Andrew Wiggins over 1.5 3-point makes, possibly even maybe laddering up to 2.5. I think he's going to have a better game once Curry's in the game. Klay Thompson's game time decision, and also you have DeAndre Ayton, a big piece to this Suns team. Without the layup king or the no dunk Don, as I would like to say, I don't expect these guys to keep up. 11.5 should be warranted. I mean, especially being at the Warriors historically, being at the house, they've been covering against a team that they kind of want to own here, especially while they're down. No Chris Paul, no Devin Booker, and I believe you're not even having obviously the DeAndre Ayton, we talked about that, but I believe they're not even going to have one of their and Cameron Payne even as well. So it's a lot of guys out for this team. I can only go towards the Golden State Warriors here, but I think I'm going to key in on that that Andrew Wiggins prop. I think he bounced back from coming back off of a long layoff, off a long injury, coming back here. I think he gets over the 1.5, 2.5 3-point makes. Wherever we're going to get that number at. I think we're going to get 1.5 since he's coming back. So if we get the 1.5, I'm willing to pay the juice for that. Hopefully it ain't no juice, but I think it's going to be probably like minus 121, something in that range. But for right now, we're just speculating because they haven't provided us with those numbers yet. But I think the championship lineup is coming soon, man. I think the Warriors are definitely one of those teams to beat, and they can pull it off today and just win convincingly here. And I don't think they're going to play with their food like they do on the road. I think they're going to take care of business at home here. So I like the Warriors to smack them up. But until we get the official word with Curry, official props is not going to be announced for me yet.
So what's up with Phoenix and scoring? Why have they completely flamed out scoring-wise over the past 5 or 6 games?
I think it's a lot to do with what those wings that they have. I mean, you're not having Cameron Johnson as well. So the Cameron Johnson is an issue. He's been out for quite a while, and then along with Devin Booker, I've been saying this as well. Like without Devin Booker, that's the offense. That's where it's going. Even though they were still winning games when he got out, they still weren't scoring. It was mostly off the defensive side of the ball. So they're not going to stop this Warriors team. I don't think. At least with the guys that they have to be able to keep up and play towards the over. So if I like the Suns to win, this total is obviously going to go over. And but I just don't see their offense, man. I can't really rely on, guys like Torrey Craig or even, like I said, the layup or the no dunk Don and DeAndre Ayton to pull this off for them. I don't expect him to take advantage down low, and I don't think they're going to be able to outshoot this team. So as far as in the next coming future for this Suns team, I think it's going to still be about that formula of trying to stop teams rather than outscore them. And it may be bad timing for this type of NBA where we find it that, even teams that's lacking talent, like the Detroit Pistons, can't go over the total today. So, I don't like the Suns at all. I'm very biased. I try to let y'all know I'm very biased when it comes to certain teams. I kind of got a little vendetta against, and the layup boy in Ayton and the Suns, I'm definitely not a big fan. So I don't expect their offense to show today.
Amazing stuff being posted right now. AOD says Warriors on TNT Smack City. Sharon Pulliam says Phoenix team total under first half. Dan Kelly with some surprising data there about that teams at home. Last game of a long homestand and in the division. Big edge to the road team.
That is surprising. Yeah. That's very surprising.
Yeah, that is pretty surprising. Man, I want to take the Phoenix team total under one way or another, either like first half. The first half Phoenix team total would be 52.5. Full game would be like 108.5, 109. Is there any reason to think that Phoenix will and it feels like Golden State has got to be the play, but maybe not. Is Phoenix going to suddenly start scoring out of nowhere?
Right. Is that what we're gonna? I like the team total under too. I think it's been trending in that direction too. So,
all right, I'll take the team total under 109 at Heritage right now. The Phoenix team total under 109. I'm leaning Golden State. Don't love the information that Dan Kelly just posted for that though.
Yeah. Kind of want me to stay away from this shit. I ain't gonna lie, Dan. I appreciate the words. It kind of make me want to stay away for sure.
BJ says, bottom line is the Suns are horrible and the Warriors will smack them up tonight. That's how it feels.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
I mean, not just feels, more than feels. That's like, don't overthink it analysis right there, right?
AOD says, right, the Warriors third quarter. Put your 401k on that.
All right. I'm not going to double up on this, and I might be getting too cute here with the Phoenix team total under. I screwed myself on an NFL parlay with a free play with Carolina Panthers. I took the team total over instead of taking them plus 3.5, and it was the only losing leg in a free play parlay. So I have a long history of getting too cute with these team totals and recent experience getting too cute with these freaking team totals. But I'm gonna do it anyway here. Phoenix team total under 109, and definitely feels like Golden State will be the play even at -11, right?
I agree.
But you're going to pass on this one.
Our boy Billy said, if you're scared, go to church. Dub Nation. All right, man. Yeah. All right. I'm scared. I'm in church. Bible study today.
All right. Let's move on. Orlando, Portland. Orlando on a back-to-back, blown out at Sacramento last night. And Portland back home now after a bad road trip. Lost all 3 of the games straight up. And ATS, Orlando, though, had a nice win against Golden State 2 days ago. They were a dog in that one, but they got the win. Which team is likely to bounce back here? I don't really know. I know Bol's coming back for the Magic, so that's nice for them. No opinion on this one as of right now. What do you think, Trotwell?
Yeah, this game is crazy. This is a crazy game because no Bol recently, but he's coming back today. That's good news for this team. They have a big man already in Michael Carter Jr., who's been wrapping up since he's been back. So they do like that look there for Orlando. The problem with Orlando is their perimeter play. Obviously, it's kind of faulty. You're not getting as consistent scoring from Markelle Fultz. You're not getting as consistent scoring from Cole Anthony. And then, I don't know what to make of Ross. It's just one of those guys. I just don't know what to make of it with them. But on this other side of the ball, man, we know Anthony Simons is legit. We know that Damian Lillard, there is a Dame time there. And then also Jeremy Grant, Josh Hart, and Nurkic. Those guys are definitely, in the game that they should be able to take care of business, and they should be able to win convincingly here. I'm seeing this number now at 8, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go. Yeah, I see this number at 8. So it's moving a little bit money towards the Trailblazers. I've been first half betting all day, and if I was to take a first half bet, it's got to be in this game. I'm going to have to go for first half. It's just this Trailblazers team, man, all year, they've been fucking shit in the bed in the second half. I'm not sure what's that about. Is it defensive problems? Because they had great defense early on, but they just been shit in the bed lately here. Mm-hmm. Magic's third game in 4 nights is what BJ says. East Coast teams sleep spot here. Portland should whoop them bad, and that's the reason why I kind of want to take them in the first half here, but it's a tough spot. I'm not going to lie. And this game is one of those games that I'm going to be keying in on the 76ers first half. Once that does go through and cash and hits my account, I'm definitely thinking of taking the Blazers as a second, the third official play for me here. It's just that the Blazers, man, I want to hit them full game. I actually want to do a trifecta spot here. I think the first quarter, first half, and full game is a live spot here. They should be able to take care of business. I do believe that Paolo Banchero is going to have a great game, though. I do believe that he's going to have a great game. Wouldn't be surprised if Franz Wagner and Wagner brothers play really well in this game as well. It's just that this Trailblazers team, I can see them playing good defense and against this Magic team because it's just a Magic offense. It's very lackadaisical, and I'm right there with you. AOD. I love Fultz. I like Fultz, but he's just not aggressive enough on the offensive side. He likes to try to get guys involved. He's a great teammate. I even seen a video where he was letting Cole Anthony holding his hand while he was getting a vaccine shot or some shit like that. He's a great teammate, but that shit ain't gonna help us today in scoring a point. So I'm thinking Trailblazers here, full game, First half, kind of skeptical on the full game, but I do like that first quarter as well.
Yeah, interesting stuff in the comment section. BJ smack spot for Portland. Mike M might be a Portland trifecta. First quarter, first half, full game, all against the Magic. AOD saying Blazers pissed AF. Back home, Justin McIvy, Blazers -2 first quarter. Man, not Flush Allen. In the NBA, when it looks too easy, it is usually super fishy. Yeah, but, also sometimes you don't overthink it. Wow. Yeah. Wow. I don't know.
Dad Kelly said, God damn it, Wham. You got to pronounce it Bancaro. What did I say? Banchero?
Yeah.
Manchuro. That's what I said. Thinking about dessert, bro. That's what I'm thinking about dessert.
No, but that's cool. If you mispronounce the name, you just say, I don't really know who any of these players are. To me, they're random number generators. And, you guys aren't as smart as I am. So you guys have to pronounce the names correctly. I don't have to. Because in my spreadsheet, that's all I need. I don't even know who these players are, really. That's
just got in the league, bro. Give me a year, bro. He just got in the league. Let me get a year, bro.
Wow, damn, yeah. I have to pronounce the names correctly because I don't have those kinds of black box models to just plug in random number generator names. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna pass on this one, but interesting. It seems like Portland might be decided. Let's look at the money. If there's anything that can shed light on to let's see. Portland. Yeah, no, nothing really, nothing at all as of right now. Let's see. Look at a different site. See if there's any light that can be shed on it. Nothing. Nothing. I mean, the majority of the tickets are coming in as of right now on the Blazers, but
as they should be.
As you would expect, which doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that. All right, let's interesting stuff. Let's move on. Dallas Clippers. Here you go, Trotwam. This was the other one that I was thinking maybe I would bet. I don't know, man. Dallas they've been losing ATS recently, right? Last couple weeks or so. Now they're going up against the Clippers. They're on the road. Clippers have lost a bunch of games in a row straight up, and ATS Luka is going to be in, right? Right or no?
Game time decision. That is the key. Before we put any money on this, we need Debo Luka to beat the shit out the Clippers where he normally does.
I mean, I was thinking that Dallas would be the play here at any kind of dog line. No?
I think that's the correct way of thinking. I don't like that Dorian Finney-Smith is not going to be in this game, or Josh Green is not going to play as well. But I mean, they have the talent. They're not going to be lack of talent. In here, PG is going to be ruled out. AOD without Paul George, I'm not thinking about taking anything with the Clippers. I know they're going to have Kawilchair probably in today, but is Kawilchair been there? Has he been there in these battles, these head-to-heads with Dallas and Debo Luka? No way, he's not been around. I don't expect him to make a big turnout as well. I mean, and I actually had a conversation with one of my friends over the weekend in regarding. Have Paul George, have Kawhi Leonard, have they peaked? Of course they have. They're not going to get any better. You know what I mean? But we do know on the other side, Luka the Don has been killing, man. Not playing in the last game. He's possibly going to – it's game time decision today, so we definitely want him in this game. He had 35 points, 11 rebounds in that November 5th meeting against this Clipper team where they did have Paul George in that game, and they still lost the game. I don't expect this team to play really well, bro. I'm not a real. Again, I gotta be honest with you guys. I do have a vendetta against the Clippers. I'm not a Clipper fan, at what shape, form, or another. But them laying points right now, after them getting pretty much smacked up to a team that's been in LA the whole damn time, in Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks lost against the Lakers. They come back and play the Clippers. I had no thought process, but the Clippers were going to handle business. But no, they did not. They allowed the Hawks to win and get out of LA with a W. And I just can't think that this Clippers team is going to do something that we thought they were going to be able to do against the Hawks, against a team that actually plays better defense and actually has someone that's going to be putting that foot down their throat in Luka. So once a Luka is announced in, I'm cool with taking the Mavericks as a favorite. If you like them right now, if you like the Clippers right now, you could possibly wait because it's going to be flip-flop if Luka's involved. So I'm going to wait until Luka's stuff gets out there, man. I'm not going to lie. But I think this is definitely a difficult handicap prior to the injury report because Luka just means so much against this Clippers team, that's the only way I could go. So Mavericks money line to me, honestly, once he's announced in, and I like the PRA for Luka, but I'm gonna hold out until we get the news with him in there. But man, come on, man. That's the only way I could go. That's the only way I could go. I could only go Luka Debo against Wheelchair. It sounds good.
Mike M posting some interesting stuff about Road Dogs, but those are Road Dogs on closing lines. Dallas could close as the favorite here, and that would change everything.
I expect them to close as a favorite, and I'm cool with taking them as a favorite, missing the money there. I just got to make sure, because it's a totally different team when Luka's not involved in the game. And I'm not gonna lie, even with Luka out the game, am I scared of the Clippers? No, I'm not. You know what I mean? I really believe that what's going on with the Clippers, how they're starting games has been terrible. We've seen how they started the game against that Denver team. They got smacked up. We were on Denver first quarter in that game, but they got smacked up. And then the coach Ty Lue did mention that he just doesn't understand. They keep changing things up. They're not changing things up. They keep re-emphasizing what their problems are, and they're just not able to, get over that hump and start games pretty early. So I wouldn't be surprised, you know what I mean, if they come out and just get smacked up like they have done before against this Luka team. So I'm thinking only way is to take the Mavericks, even though they're as fugazi as it gets as well with covering spreads. But this is not a covering spread spot. This is a win spot. And I'm taking the Dallas Mavericks. And once Luka gets involved, gets announced in, I'll be on them. And
Dallas is still a good first half team, right? Or no?
As far as recent form, I'm not sure. I know they weren't able to cover earlier, though. So let me look at the stats there for their first quarter spot.
I'll make it official. I'll take Dallas first half plus a half minus 109. First half plus a half point minus 109 with Dallas. And maybe more information and more line movement will be very telling closer to tip. And who was it? AOD, I think, saying that live betting is, AOD says live betting this game. That is probably the best way to go to see what the closing line is, who plays, and how things start to go when the game goes. But an interesting. What a great comment section, really going above and beyond in today's show. Hell yeah! Shout out to everyone. You make this. It's everything. It's everything. Me and Trout went up a little bit, but it's the comment section that makes all this really, really great. Let's see. Yeah, everything. Curtis Berry like in the under. I would lean that way as well. And maybe the Clippers team total under as well.
So as far as the Clippers at home, they're 3-7 ATS in the first half at home. For both of these teams over the last 10 games, both of them only covered 3 games in the last 10 games in the first half. So it's kind of both of them at even spots. Spots. It's about who you think is better. So I agree with that first half look with Dallas.
I'd be leaning Clippers team total under and definitely Dallas full game. But for official play, I'll just start with just one. I don't want to quadruple up on this or anything. First half plus a half minus 109. And as of right now, you're going to pass Troutwam?
Just until we get the Luka information. Once we get that in, then I'll be on Dallas. But follow me on Twitter, Troutwam. Right now, we gave out 2 official plays. We took the first half with the Cavaliers minus 1.5 at minus 105. And we also took the 76ers. We expect Embiid to be in the lineup, minus 6.5 first half, going up against a terrible team. So let's get that done. First half, knockers there.
I just realized that's the last NBA game on the card. That was actually quite fun. I'll review my official plays. Philly, first half team total over, 59. Cavs, first quarter money line, minus 121. Phoenix, team total under, 109. And those are both minus 110, obviously. And Dallas, first half plus a half, minus 109. I think 3 of those are going to win. I do, Trout. Probably one of them loses, but I feel okay about all those. Wow. Yeah, sounds great. Everyone follow Troutwam. You got anything else you want to say before we let you go?
Man, I'll be back here on Tuesday, man. Can't wait. Looking forward to the legend, to Jose. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you to the chat as well. Dan Kelly, AOD, Mike M, the Don, MDR24. Yes, sir. Let's get it, man. Let's win today.
Sounds great. See you next Tuesday. Troutwam, Jose Bouquett. All right. That just about wraps up the show. I did mention a bunch of college basketball bets that I made. I forgot who was. One of the commenters is on the opposite side of a bunch of them. But
Justin.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It was Justin.
Yeah, it was Justin. Might be wrong, but I think I like. I do think I like Valparaiso. Seems good. Ole Miss is solid, and the Ole Miss team total over I think is solid, and I think Illinois is solid as well. And he mentioned Tulsa. I definitely like Tulsa too, although I didn't mention it. Yeah, Toledo might be iffy, man. I don't know. Toledo might be iffy. That might be, I'd say that's probably the iffiest one, but as of right now, still solid on Valpo, still solid on Ole Miss, and still solid on the Ole Miss team total over, and still solid on Illinois, I guess, as well.
It's going to be a fun day, Pete. I can't wait.
You have anything on NFL? Are you following the NFL playoffs, Jose Bouquett?
Haven't even looked at the lines. No, I'm actually going to start making the graphics for tonight's Gridiron Gamblers. Shout out to I was going to call him Pete again. I love confusing you and Jimmy, apparently. I shout out to Jimmy and Mr. Andy Muller. They're going to be doing their show tonight, and that is when I will be informed of all the football happenings. Because, Pete, I don't really cap the NFL. I only watch and listen to Pub Sports Radio, and look how far that got me this year. So
there you go.
Just proof. Listen to Pub Sports Radio. You'll become a winner.
Yeah, so you haven't been lucky. You've just been cheating. No, that's not cheating. That's not cheating at all. But yeah, it's what a crew, man. If you combine everyone, Babano. Let's give a little bit of a shout out to Babano. That dude, if he hadn't missed a week, he would have won the contest. And just what have you seen the results he's been getting this year in all sports? That guy is on top of his game right now. Shout out to Babano wherever you are. NHL, the guy does everything. I don't know how he does it. He's a force of nature. He's got a big ass head and a funny
does have a big ass head.
Voice.
That's true. The slick back.
Yeah,
I think it's the hair, Pete. I think it's the hair.
I'm kind of in awe of that guy. Shout out to Babano wherever you are, killing it this
Taint,
year.
by the way, shout out to Taint. South Carolina, Kentucky over 131.5 for Taint, slipping it right into the wire like Dan Kelly is saying.
Nunya likes Auburn money line. All right, hopefully Auburn wins by 1, so you cash and I cash. Let's see. What else do we have? Says it's a helmet. Hell yeah. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Nunya likes Sixers first half, though. Very nice. Very nice. And I guess that's and Maddie. Oh, whoa, there it is. The tape play of the day. Kentucky over. I just caught it. I'm going to copy and paste. Wow, look at that. Kentucky game over is the tape play of the day. I just caught it.
It's going to be a fun day today. It's going to be a fun day today. I can't wait.
Regis Austin says, what do you like on Nevada, San Diego State? I like San Diego State. That's what I'm thinking. I'm definitely not sure if I like it enough to admit it publicly, but I did bet it a little bit. And as of right now, I'm definitely liking San Diego State at anything under 10. So I wouldn't have mentioned it, but oh, wow. Mike M says Nevada outright. Uh-oh. Is that a question or is that an affirmative opinion? I took San Diego State minus 9. Uh-oh. Mike, do you like Nevada? Is that what you're saying or implying? Or are you just making? Oh, okay. Just floating a possibility. Okay, that makes me a lot more comfortable. Yeah, well, whatever. It could lose. I took San Diego State minus 9. We'll see how it turns out. Is that it, Jose Bouquett? Oh, no, there you go. He does like Nevada with the points. And now Matty Ice has Nevada plus 9. All right. I do switch positions a lot in college, much more than I should. But I try to beat line moves, and then if I realize or feel like I'm on the wrong side, sometimes I'll just ride with it. And of course, my bet sizes are very low, and I also do a lot of like second half betting as well. So yeah, it's a huge game for both teams. Okay, I definitely might be wrong with that. And let me see. Who asked that question? Regis Austin. Definitely, if Mike M says he does like Nevada with the points, and Matty A says Nevada plus 9.5 is on his card, that is far more valuable and important than my lukewarm opinion on San Diego State minus 9. So there you go, Jose Bouquett. A nice show this week, huh? Nice show today.
It did. It was a nice show. Some power outages my way, bouncing from Starbucks back home, but we made it work, and we're here now. And it was a great show. Yeah. So, Pete, I'll see you next Tuesday, huh?
Absolutely. Just a couple of Jimmy Carter, what up, Florida and LSU. I like the under, and I think I'm going to bet the first half under in that one. Might be a loser, but I think I'm gonna. Yeah, there you go. Matty Ice says Nevada was sharp as hell last game when it could and should have been a look ahead. Shout out to Matty Ice. Make America great again, likes Michigan State. All right, that's it. Let's wrap it up. We'll see y'all next Tuesday.